All right, we're back live for the Browns and the Bears. I'm actually just checking in now. Been traveling most of the day. Finally got back. Now we're here to look at this second half of this game. I was able to watch this first half. Just wasn't able to stream during it. Offensively, it's obviously been rough for the Cleveland Browns. I think Joe hasn't played a great game. I kind of anticipated this. That third game is usually when things start to get back to reality with backup quarterbacks, or quarterbacks just entering throughout the year. It looks like that reality is starting to set in. Also, age looks like a factor. I mean, a lot of turnover-worthy plays with him throwing the football. You're not necessarily running it, so what you need him to do is just get hot, play better. Defensively looked a little bit leaky towards the end of this half. They start this game really well, but they're really not getting any sustained momentum from the offensive side of the ball either. So that's also an issue. If only the Browns can run the ball. Absolutely. Says Ray Rags. Yeah, it would be great. Man, Nick Chubb being healthy would be awesome.
Offensive guys up front, that takes some time. And here's the thing, you have another new guy coming in. Joe Vittorio.
This one feels like if the Browns want to win it, they got to get a defensive score.
And warm up with him, but he wanted to try, but it wound up that tightened too much. He is out for the remainder of the game. I said, what now? And Kevin said, play to do our job.
Not a lot of options and not a lot of depth on that offensive line with the continued injuries.
Damn, there we go, Shelby. There we go.
Deontay Foreman, a loss of 4. But Shelby Harris.
So with the Browns being so ravaged by injuries, I don't think that's going to affect them at the start of these halves, but you may see that start to affect them in the end of these halves, or if they get ran out there a lot where they have to put subs in.
That's part of the problem. That's why some teams go to the guard so the center can get off the ball. He doesn't lose so quickly up front, but Shelby Harris, the veteran move, right? 5 catches or 5 carries now, negative 8 yards.
Appreciate the super chat, Ray Rags. Got to be a holding call there. Yeah, they're going to call a hold there. He held the life out of Dalvin Tomlinson in the middle of the play here. That was egregious.
His defensive line is getting off faster than the offensive line.
Holding. Offense number 64. The penalty is declined.
They're trying to get him off the field here.
It's at number 94, and that's what Coach Eberflus was giving the official.
He's been having a good game today. Dalvin Tomlinson has been having a good game so far.
When you have the center look back through his life, it makes life tough on him because he's got to pop up quick and flip that ball back to the quarterback. You've got to mix up the count, throw a screen, run the ball, keep this defensive rush.
Longest third down to go today for the Bears in 2 points.
Here comes Miles. Oh, Miles missed him.
Dangerous pass. It is caught.
Boy, Miles, 2 missed sacks today by Myles Garrett. 2 opportunities he just didn't finish. This is the second one. We had the one at the goal line where Justin Fields ends up scoring, but this is another missed one here. Just not able to get that grab, that hook in there like he wanted to. And I don't know why he stopped grabbing there, right? Because you can grab the collar. If the quarterback's in the pocket, that's not a completed ball. But you can grab the collar if the quarterback is in the pocket. So I don't know why he stopped himself from grabbing that.
Nowhere to go. Dropped right at the 35.
It looked like he swiped to grab the thing and pull him down like that. But he stopped himself because he was afraid of a penalty. But he can do that. If he's in the pocket, he can do that. Remember, he got a sack like that, ironically enough, on Deshaun Watson against the Texans, I believe his first year in the NFL.
Offense. That's the hold for a moment before it gets to take the field. We're talking to Kevin Stefanski about this one.
What's the flag here? We don't get a call? Oh, they trying to get a clock right or some shit like that.
They'll take a break while they put this out. 14:01 to go in the third. Browns offense coming up next.
Again, I don't know what's going on with that. That's weird. 7-7 here. Browns pretty much made their own trouble in this one offensively. Again, the picks, it wasn't a pick six, but it was essentially a pick six. Then you get a great tackle by Michael Dunn on that interception to set it up at the 1 yard line. And then you get like 4 different opportunities to stop it. It just, you got to get out your own way in order to win these games. And that's what the Browns have to do for the rest of this half, is just get out their own way offensively. And even at times defensively, they're getting in their own way. Ref smoking that Ohio weed. Okay. I think it's a clock error. I think there's something wrong with the game clock, and that's why they're stopping the game. Mighty Mulatto says, what do you think Njoku and Flacco, they look so good together? I think it's a combination of Njoku, you know, the work he did on the jugs machine after that DTR debut is probably paying off right now. He's catching the ball more consistently. And also, Joe Flacco's a veteran quarterback, and he knows that, hey, when in doubt, find David, right? You know, when you're trying to learn an offense and run an offense for the first time, you're really trying to run that offense, and you're not really falling back on stuff. But Joe Flacco has so much experience at the position that he knows, hey, all goes wrong, I'm gonna just throw it to David or something like that. Like, he's just probably looking for him more, is what I would think. Why is Roger Goodell in Cleveland? Well, he has to go to the stadiums, all the stadiums every year, and I guess they're giving away Super Bowl tickets, so they're just doing the shit. He's just touring around. Yeah, everybody's saying Tillman ran the wrong route on that Joe Flacco interception. That's Joe Flacco threw that ball very early because he doesn't want to get hit. Like, that's been the book on Joe Flacco forever. It's not even a criticism. It's a tendency that everybody knows about who's watched him. He will throw that ball super early if he thinks he's going to get hit, and you can intercept it that way. That's been one of the biggest flaws with Joe Flacco his whole career.
First and second down.
So what happened on that play, similar to what happened on the other play with Tillman involved, is that he threw the ball super fast before the play developed and just kind of, oh God, wow. Now that's on Cedric Tillman. Goodness gracious. Well, that's a drop, right?
He had his third interception of the year last week. His fourth puts 6 on the board and gives the Bears the lead.
Let's see what happened.
Over the ball, sit right.
Was it high?
Right over the ball to Tillman. You're going to see the backers make this play all the way. Watch him.
Oh, it's a bad ball. Yeah, it's a bad ball.
He's going down the side.
It's a bad ball. Oh, well.
No, to stop the Bears. It's turn of events here after their defense helped him out, helped him do a 3-and-out.
2 interceptions today have paced the Chicago Bears. One sent him up first and goal to 2. This deflected interception hit from Edwards.
Yeah, it's not a great catch, and it's not a good ball either. It's just poor execution leads to interceptions.
A little short.
Poor execution.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available at the Connected Driving Experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just in time for the holidays, get $8,000 total value for current eligible GMC owners. That's 15% below MSRP on select 2023 Sierra models. We are professional grade. GMC.
Students of any age, from anywhere. Students in a new kind of classroom. Using our technology to power different ways of learning. Harnessing AI to plant new beginnings. So when minds grow, opportunities follow.
On Christmas Eve, tune into NFL Network for Prime Time Showdown.
I ain't gotta come back out here and play well.
Line up mile high for an AFC clash.
That is, yeah, it's 4 turnovers that have all. I think Joe has had 4 turnovers so far this season. All 28 of those points, all 4 of those have turned into points. 7 on the other side of them.
To witness you.
Yeah, just bad execution on the stick route there.
Fox is sponsored by GMC. We are professional grade. And by Dell Technologies. Welcome to now.
Combo effort, TJ Edwards with the hit. Second pick 6 of the year for the Bears, run in by Tremaine Edmonds. Joe Flacco itching to get back to work after his Browns are behind now 14-7, 10th game this season with multiple giveaways for the Cleveland Browns. Turnovers and then the corresponding points off turnovers allowed have been the problem for the Cleveland Browns all year long. And yet they're 8-5 despite all that. That just tells you what kind of defense they have. And the turnovers today have been absolutely Jackson inside the 5 and led after penalties and all kinds of miscues to touchdown to Cole Kmet. Offense didn't even come on the field for this last turnover. Deflected off the hit.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, like, look, there were a lot of turnover-worthy plays in that first half, and it's not surprising that they're finally turning into turnovers.
Well, Joe Flacco has to body him with the throw. Either way, there's no need to panic. It's still a 7-point ball game.
To the ground for Jerome Ford. Running has been hard to come by for both teams today. Ford's 5th carry picks up 6. He's got 17 yards rushing, and Cleveland as a team, only 18 total yards, 1.8 carries.
Yeah, and it's been slow in the run game, but most importantly, they got to get back to some of those bigger sets with both tight ends, with Njoku, with 88, Harrison Bryant. Get both of those guys in there. Shoot, throw 84 Aikens in there. It doesn't matter. Just get some bigger personnel and start moving this defense around. Establish some dominance up front.
More in motion. Ford again for carry. Tripped up as he gets across the 30 to the 31. No gain on the play as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Javon Dexter, the rookie from Florida, with the tackle.
All right, 3rd and 4.
For the Browns, Cleveland just 2 for 8 on 3rd this afternoon.
I feel like, they're both results of having a slow start in the run game. Is, these running backs are running a little tentative. You got to fire off your spot there from the dot and go. Here's that 3 tight end set that we were talking about. 1, 2, and 3.
3rd and 4. Flacco looking over the
Oh, no.
It's the Joker who's hit immediately by TJ Edwards, only a 1-yard pickup.
This is not good.
Tackler as the Bears have wraps him up.
We need a defensive play here. We need a turnover or something.
By the zone backers, and that's Edwards and Edmonds.
Oh no, was the wheel open?
Excellent job.
Was the wheel open?
In between them, passing off the crossing routes, and it's Njoku's job.
I think the wheel was open.
Before he runs into that defender, you don't want to run to get covered.
All right, just make sure Joe doesn't play hero ball. I think we can still win this game, just as long as he doesn't think he has to do hero stuff.
It's the corner to the 30, down bounds just across the 30.
The only person who could play hero ball on this team right now is Myles Garrett.
Message from State Farm.
So we need Myles to step up. I mean, Myles is also usually Myles is responsible for taking away points, doesn't get a sack. That's responsible for 7, even though it's a tough spot to be in. Well, really 4, because they were going to get the field goal either way.
just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Just started their own 30-yard line, first down and 10, leading 14-7. Herbert, the running back, play action. Fields chased by Miles Garrett. He's going to tuck it, runs, and slides for a pickup of 3. Laura Oakman, you chatted also with Matt Eberflus. What do you have to say?
We talked both coaches about really how tough these defenses are and how it's taking their offenses a minute to adjust to that. And what Matt Eberflus was saying is we got to sustain these drives, and you do that by being better on first downs, which will make more manageable third downs. He liked the mix of this, calling the plays, running the ball, short passing game, love those shots down the field.
All right, 2nd and 7.
The left guard, he is out for the concussion.
Thanks so much on 2nd down. I'm looking for a little running room and finding it is Nicholas Jones Jr. A burst of speed around the edge, and Jones gets the first down across the 45, a pickup of 15.
Well, watch Darnell Wright get in front of this thing and provide the block. You're going to get a pin on the outside by Komet. And there goes Wright, number 58, springing that thing. Ooh, it's exactly what you want. Taking on 44, talking. Oh, that's just excellent.
Yeah, he had Hunt on the wheel. All right, come on, get him on this set. Come on, call the hold on Miles.
In the Browns territory, just across the midfield stripe.
Miles Garrett got held there for like 10 seconds.
Quarter has been very kind. How about the first 9 games? Last in the NFL with a point differential of -37. The last 5 games, including today, they've outscored their opponents 36-0 in the third quarter. They have not allowed a point in over 5 games in this quarter.
Well, the pick 6 really helps them.
Yes.
With those points. But let's see if this offense can stay on track, because that first drive out of halftime, that was rough. Quick figuring out. Back-to-back drives, even the drive before halftime was a little peculiar to me.
Ball to Jones, the motion man. On the swing, and Jones with another first down. 2 good rushes.
We look tired, man.
From an
We're just not getting any help. I mean, like, it's worse than help. You're getting negative from your offense right now. Your offense is -14, well, -7. They scored 7. Your offense is -7 right now. You know what I mean?
You ran right by him and didn't even see it.
That was Deron Harmon. That's still getting full.
And they're not staying on the field consistently.
Quick handoff. Sometimes you can't even tell what happened.
Push down from the Browns 41. It's Fields on the roll. Throws to the sideline. Scott with the catch. Another Bears first down. And Tyler Scott, the Ohio native who's got 40 to 50 friends and family here to see him play. Grew up in Norton, Ohio, near Akron. And he gets the first down.
Well, watch Vlasic game number 35. He's the one who's going to crack back right here on Myles Garrett, who's going to be in hot pursuit, and he's got to seal the edge. Watch the quick play fake, and then boom. That's the block that springs this thing. There goes the Nwosu Koromora. He knows he's got to back up. That's a Fields had an easy completion.
Also put the Leo Herbert. Vlasic game out trying to block. Herbert finds no room. So the only talking there to pounce on him as he tried to turn it upfield.
Well, that last toss,
Good stuff.
right, get in front and block number 44, talking. Not again.
They got to figure out something on offense. They just have to.
He's the one who blew that thing up. Number
If
4.
Joe ain't got it, I'm not saying bench him, but like let's rotate in DTR, run some different sets. Like let's shake it up a little bit.
He's an excellent
You know, the play action stuff that worked the last 2 weeks is not there right now. It was fun while it lasted, but I mean, the reality is you're probably going to have to use both Flacco and DTR if you want to meet your goals for the rest of the season. So you might as well get started now.
4-yard gain. Right now, in very solid Cairo Santos field goal range, you would think. Going to bring up third down.
Well, you need a turnover.
But they're going quick to try and get a play off and make it tough on the Browns, who are bringing some exotic pressures these last couple plays.
Jim Schwartz has had a penalty from almost every direction. First third down off the drive. Bears 2 for 9 today. Fields looking for Porter on the front cover. Denzel Ward running stride for stride with DJ Moore. No change.
All right, so that's gonna be what, 17?
Well, best cornerback versus best receiver. 21, Denzel Ward versus number 2, DJ Moore. Good on good.
Yeah, that's just an excellent rep by
He loves
Denzel.
it. He tried to take the shot, but the ball not quite close enough. Gonna settle for a field goal. That play before, I want to see it from Sky Camp, but they brought 2 defenders off the edge, 2 smaller body guys, 2 nickel guys. But they dropped 3 technique and defensive tackle rushers up the middle, trying to confuse Justin Fields.
21-yard try from Cairo Santos.
All right.
And the Bears with a 2-score.
Let's get some points.
Two teams with their eyes on the postseason.
You gotta get a little bit more creative offensively. Just a little bit more creative. A little bit more creative with who we're using on offense now. Let's get a little creative here. I wouldn't even mind, and again, it's not a benching of Joe Flacco if you just threw DTR out there for one drive, because you could take advantage of these tendencies that they have in the game simply because Joe Flacco can't run, right? So you can get a couple of easy plays with DTR and get an easy drive here, put Joe Flacco back in and just keep the defense on their toes, right? I know most people don't advocate for multiple quarterback systems, but when you're trying to make something work between a rookie and a 38-year-old, you might have to get a little creative in how you do it. And just the lack of mobility at quarterback's really hurting us right now. The lack of a run game is really hurting us right now. And there's really no quick fix to that, but you could do things to keep the defense on their toes. And the one tool you do have at your disposal is that you could throw a more mobile quarterback out there for a drive or for like a handful of plays to just keep the opposing defense on their toes. Because they got to do something to get them off balance right now. Because the Texans are just, not Texans, the Bears are just so comfortable right now in their sets, playing this zone. Flacco's not seeing it well. You just got to find something here.
December 27th on Fox.
Two of the most storied franchises in the NFL, 60 combined Hall of Famers, 13 combined NFL titles, yet somehow it's only the 18th time that the Browns and Bears have met on the field. You would think these teams would have been frequent clashers against one another, but instead, just the 18th meeting between the Bears and the Browns. Some big names, Jim Brown, Paul Warfield, Ozzie Newsome, just legends.
Roger came to watch Miles Screwjob firsthand.
Cleveland Browns jersey. Wearing jerseys now have some work to do coming out to the 25-yard line. Chicago Bears have worked their way back into playoff contention. How do they get to the playoffs, you may ask? Well, Lloyd Christmas would say, so you're saying there's a chance. Chicago's got to win out first. The Giants have to lose one or more games. Seattle, Rams, Minnesota need to lose 2 games or more. Minnesota lost yesterday. 2 losses between Tampa, Atlanta, or New Orleans. And just like that, the Chicago Bears are in the playoffs. Simple. It's just that simple. Play fake, Flacco to work.
You got it.
Tracks it down. The Joker.
No. It was late there. Come on.
Talk about what we were talking about with Matt Eberflus about just kind of that craziness, right? Of dropping 4 and all of a sudden winning 2. And he said, adversity, success, we don't react to them, we respond to them. And that plays right into his motto, which has been pull together tight so nothing can separate you. Eberflus said he's been in buildings where he's seen the fracture, wanted to make sure as a head coach that didn't happen. And every player here does that and hasn't. And he was us. It's not like we've won 15 straight. We're not celebrating, but we're grounded, and it feels good to win.
Yeah, they've won 2 straight. It's a modest streak, but up 17-7 today as Flacco goes back.
Got him. Oh my God.
Amari Cooper. It would appear, at least from our very dry booth, Laura Oakman, that the rain has started to fall again here in Cleveland. After you promised us it was over by 2 Eastern.
Did I say that?
I think you did. Yeah, that was on the air.
I was hoping.
Yeah.
I was wishing that upon the weather gods.
Yeah.
It's a heavier stream right now. It's kind of sideways, but oddly, it's a beautiful, bright, sunny. Sun's kind of out, but rain's coming down a little harder. As always.
Our graphic says it's raining. Montez Sweat, his second sack of the day. 5.5 sacks on the year. And the Bears defense standing tall again.
Well, he's just going to be running a game right here inside.
That's a good
Buddy Walker, and they're trying
good
to
stunt.
pass at him.
That's a good stunt. Yeah, that's a good stunt there.
And they don't get it cleanly. But I mean, he's only been there for a few weeks now. He's already got sack dances with Walker. Nice and choreographed.
Yeah.
Like, what did their lock games? Marcus Walker's been coaching for
Not even halfway. We saw we see this number up at top.
absolutely halfway with a broken ankle. Next opportunity for Walker.
Montez Sweat. This was his boost me Madden thing, I'm sure of it. He wants Madden to boost his number. Come on, Madden developers. Montez Sweat needs a little love.
This year, let Ford make
Yeah, man. I don't know. You gotta do something different. You gotta do something different. I don't know how many more tricks you got left in your bag here, but I mean, it's just the magic of the last few weeks. It's wore off. You got to do something different here. Got to do something different. I don't even think it's like you don't have to just have DTR come in there and run it. I think when 2 quarterback systems happen and teams get obsessed with using the 2 quarterback systems and like only using one quarterback to run and then the other one throws, I think that's stupid. It's just giving yourself a tail. If you're going to do 2 quarterbacks in one game, you got to let them both throw, or else what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? So you got to have them out there, let them be a threat. Like I really don't think there's a problem with rotating them in and out a little bit. Yeah, then those long throws going to be open though. You know what I mean? Like you still got a quarter and a half if you get the ball back here. Down 10, you don't even got to get a bunch of chunks. Like, you know, we're not talking about coming back from 6 minutes left in the fourth. Like, you got plenty of time. So I don't think it needs to happen in big play chunks. Like, you just need to get small pieces, field goal, small pieces, touchdown, small pieces, field goal.
I got news for you. The Fields pick should not have been an interception. That was
That's
a
true.
draw.
That's true. The draws before halftime on the Hail Mary.
I think it reviewed by the statisticians during the week and changed. You can do that. Oops. Play fake. That's up the screen or wants to, but it's well covered. He was trying to find Roshan.
My fear committing to Flacco so early is unfortunately coming to fruition. The defense can lead the charge, but it's tough with so many turnovers. Yeah, like you just can't actively be hurting the team right now. That's what's
Interceptions
happening.
for Fields.
Oh, that ball hit the ground.
Yeah. Again, the status. He's like, what was that? Eagles was, as you might imagine, was very upset about that.
High rate.
Second 10. Fields on the key, but he goes down. He looked up and Greg Newsome was
Good play, Greg. Get him off the field, defense.
defensive play.
Speaking of choreographed dances.
Well, Q, you called it. Flacco good for 2 games. I hope I'm wrong. Like, I hope he pulls it together here so I'm not right on this.
That's Johnson's guy all the way.
This is not a victory lap I'm interested in doing.
They got the hips going, flapping.
When you play at the Hollywood Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there's a certain expectation.
But yeah, this was one of those things where you had to be realistic about what the odds were.
16. Deflected, caught by DJ Moore, nowhere to go. Look at all those pounds out in front of him. Discretion being
Good stand by the defense there.
down. He goes out the tip of Miles Garrett, the catch and a loss of 3, and the punt team coming on.
Well, he's trying to throw this thing over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Look at this guy off the edge. Watch. Nope. He tried to throw it around him. The guy gets up to like 9.5, 10 feet. Watch him. Look at him. Reaching. But just when you thought, the Bears are taking over the momentum, the defense pulls up and hits you with the 3 and out.
Hey, you got space.
As it does all year long. Nobody better in this league than the Browns forcing 3 and outs. The 6th one that they have forced today. Don't miss the most epic game
All right, offense.
ever created. Rob Lowe hosts as 81 contestants go head-to-head in a trivia duel until only one survives. Who will conquer the floor? Premiering Tuesday, January 2nd on Fox. Cleveland trying to get to work. -3 total yards in the second half, Mark. 1 interception and 2 3-downs.
Well, they got to figure this thing out on an offense, and part of that is just get points on this.
Quarters.
Any points are good.
Quarters. It's high. Single high.
First down, it's Tillman with the catch at Tillman. Tripped up by Eddie Jackson. A first down out near the 49, pickup of 19.
Good job, Teal.
But watch Joe Flacco. He's reading with his eyes as the back is riding through that match point. This is the RPO stuff that he loves, and we talked about it on Friday after practice. And he admitted, just like I did, every time you want to throw it more than hand it off. Great read by him.
In front of the Joe field. It bears reminding that this offensive line has one starter left from week 1 with the injury to Batonio earlier. So this is a different offensive line than we've seen from the Browns, and each week it seems to get worse.
It's just Wyatt Teller in there holding down the fort for everybody who's gone down.
John Christian's in his 6th straight start today at left tackle, so he's relatively steady, at least as far as this Browns O-line is concerned. Nick Harris getting to start at center today for the injury to Bosa.
Get rid of the fucking ball. All right. Defense is trying to do their job, but it's the offense is so bad. It's not much more the defense can do. Yep. Right now, the defense is responsible for what, maybe 3 points?
6% of the Browns' entire salary cap is on IR. By far the highest percentage in the NFL. These guys are behind.
Newsome shakes. Okay.
That was their season right there, but somehow they're still in the hunt. With Joe Flacco at quarterback now, trying to convert 3rd down versus pressure.
3rd and 8, pressure up the middle. In trouble, down it goes. DeMarcus Walker got to him for the sack. He almost lost that football, but Walker now 2.5 sacks on the year, drops him for a loss of 8.
Well, right here, you got to get some help from your left tackle and Kareem Hunt to stay on his side. Oh, man.
You get through the underneath the David. It's right there. Knee points bad here.
Comes out, and there goes DeMarcus Walker around the left edge.
Yeah, I think you have to get those points from the defense.
Pressure right off the edge, making life tough on Joe Flacco on 3rd and 1.
Marquez with the punt. Fair catch called for.
Oh, yes! Oh, wow.
We dropped one earlier.
Wow.
Really came back to play.
Wow. Wow, that just gave this team life.
Football and the break the Browns have been looking for.
And that's sometimes all you need.
Wow.
A little spark. It was defense first with the 3 and out, special teams.
As you mentioned, Mark, the second muffed punt of the day. First one was recovered by the Bears, but Trent Taylor can't get on top of this one. And the Browns now with a golden opportunity to get right back into this one late in the third.
This is
Need a run game solution.
And they got 3 tight ends in the game. I like this personnel. 1, 2, and 3. There goes Wyatt Teller. Moving out wide.
Flacco, off the pick. Looking over the middle. Stevenson. He gets it right back for the Bears. And Stevenson all the way to the 35. His second interception of the year. And the diving pick takes it away from Cleveland.
Hey, man. Come on.
Pick of the day thrown by Flacco.
If this is any other quarterback, we know what we're calling for. I just... At some point, you got to just call it what it is, man. He looks old.
Seam route right here by Nick.
Oh, my God.
Hold the safety. He held the safety there, but he couldn't account for Stevenson. The overlap or dividing.
Oh, he underthrew it.
Both seams. He kind of splits the difference of those 2 go routes. And Tyreek Stevenson putting on a clinic for cornerbacks. Making an excellent throw, just a hair late from Flacco. Well designed. And just poor timing. And just let the
All right, man. Yes.
Another one at Tyreek Stevenson interception. 1-1.
excellent effort by NBC. Njoku having to go back. They went big personnel, like I mentioned before, the snap to get single high. Exactly what they wanted. They wanted a
Chantel kind of bailed out. Happiest fan.
we better send him a holiday card. That was a big time momentum swing both ways.
Now second down, Fields trying to get to the edge. He does. A good run by Justin Fields, showing that speed that he has to burn around the corner. Not like Olusi Koromoa can't run, but he outran him to the edge.
I mean, don't forget, Fields, I think he posted a 4.3 at one point during his combine prep. But this guy turns on the gas away from.
Yeah, it's not over, but you got to something's got to shake, dog.
Is that design quarterback run?
A 3rd and 2 for the Bears. Design quarterback run. He's going to get the first down and more in the Browns territory. Fields gets out of bounds by the jersey at about the 42-yard line. A pickup of 15. Back-to-back design quarterback runs. You thought we'd see those earlier in the game, but
Well, they were missing that in the first half, and once again, it's a pin and a pull around the left side. Justin Fields gets this, foot in the ground, he spools it left as he's catching that snap, getting his momentum going, outruns 44 Taki to the edge. He's got a huge pickup for the Bears, but we haven't seen quite enough of that, especially early on, especially when it's raining like that. Take all the guesswork out of it, take all the progressions and read out of it, let him just run around.
That's a good Fields and this one, far cry from the first career start of Justin Fields. It was also here on September 26th, 2021. We'll mention this mainly because Chicago Tribune writer Dan Weaver said we would mention this nugget, that he only ended up, and the Bears did, with only 1 net passing yard. He was sacked 9 times in that game.
You were right about the 2 games and then back to reality. It's not fun. Yeah. Yeah, and look, I don't know if they're going to be hesitant to go back to DTR, but, like, I mean, I think you have to at this point, man.
There's some all over it, and on cue, he's got his dance moves out again. Look at that, he never really got him out on the run.
Such a bad throw, and Joku. Yeah, it was there. It was wide open. It's wide open. It was wide open there, man. He just underthrew it. I mean, like, look, this is what we were worried about with Joe, man. He's 38. The week-to-week grind and playing football in the NFL is just not meant for everybody. I was willing to say, hey, maybe you get a couple extra plays in him, but it's just obvious now. I mean, like, he has been such a negative to this team this game.
A fourth quarter that'll start with a decision for Matt Eberflus. It's 4th and 1 as we've reached the end of the third. Lots to dance about. If you're a Chicago Bear right now, the Browns are saying we've got some moves as well. Everybody dancing their way to the fourth quarter.
Engine number 9.
At Domino's, we believe nothing should get in the way of our pizza. That's why we're plowing unplowed roads across the country. Thanks. You're welcome, Judy. Nominate your town at plowingforpizza.com so you can carry out 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each from Domino's.
Streaming now on Fox Nation. This is a new family tradition. Spend Christmas with the Robertsons. A Duck Family Christmas. Streaming now on Fox Nation.
Find the connection you're looking for this winter during the Mazda Season of Inspiration sales event.
Enjoy 0% APR for 60 months on it.
This is what I said. Like, now, I pointed this out. Y'all know I'm not really surprised by what's happening here. But what I don't want to see is this turning into just like outrageously negative energy towards Joe Flacco. Yeah, make a decision.
They're going to go for it to start this fourth quarter. Remember, they did kick the 55-yarder at the end of the half. Went for it on 4th and 4. Now they can go for it on 4th and 1. Play fake. Fields going to run. And he does.
No, he's short. He's short.
He's short. Tripped up on the edge by the rookie from Northwestern, Cameron Mitchell.
Wow.
Fields trying to keep his balance as Mitchell swiped him on the way by.
Mitchell barely gets a piece of him, and it's Mooney on the edge who tries to get a piece of Mitchell knifing through on the inside. Watch. Oh, he just tapped him a little bit, and he tried to put the ball in his left hand and dive for it. I think he's just a hair short.
Yep, down.
The elbow is down, and
That's short.
he is short.
That's short.
Step aside for a quick.
Boy, the Bears are trying to let you into this game.
The warp rift is expanding. All worlds within the Calaxian Veil will be consumed.
This difficulty demands a specialist, an ease specialist.
Yeah, that's me. Geico makes it easy to get coverage for what you care about. Cars, apartments, jewelry.
And what about the warp rift?
I've got you.
Yeah, it's our ball.
Dust in the cartridge.
Goonie.
From cars to renters to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
BK Meltzer backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. But the new shroom is Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day.
There's still time to get your pet something special this holiday at PetSmart. Buy 3 dog or cat toys and get 2 free. Plus, when you buy 3 dog treats, you'll get 2 free. PetSmart, anything for pets.
A force to be reckoned with. No, not you, Saquon. Your business bank account with QuickBooks Money now earns 5% APY.
5% APY? That's new.
Yep, that's how you business differently.
Whoa, a new iPhone 15 with that amazing camera. I wish my family had them.
Zoe, you're an action star.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get back into it. Hopefully we can get a comeback here. Still only down 10. Still got a whole quarter to go. Got a super chat from Ray Rag, says for all the turnovers the Browns have had in this one, few. Then it set up the other team immediately within the Browns 40. This is one of the few that didn't set up.
They major, and it's short of the first down. There is no challenge from the Chicago Bears, so a turnover on downs, and the play made by the rookie Cameron Mitchell, the man for Illinois native, stinging the hometown home state team. Browns get it. Turnover on downs. We've got flags.
Why is he hard counting? Why is he hard counting?
Offense number 64.
It's the second one he's gotten on us.
Christian on tackle.
Christian didn't quite hold his water. They went to the line of scrimmage with multiple plays, and you hear Joe Flacco yelling, can't, switching the plays up. Christian gets an early start.
First penalty this half against the Browns. 7th penalty on the afternoon for 33 yards. Snap here. This year, the first in the NFL. The play fake.
Got him. All right. Now that was huge. Score.
Jackson with the tackle after the 57-yard game.
It's crazy how quickly Browns fans turn on you. Yeah. And again, we don't need to turn on Joe Flacco. I think you're going to need both Joe Flacco and DTR to make a run here.
Defense turns the defender around, has him looking in the backfield, and there he goes.
Good eyes, good ball.
Joe Flacco with an absolute dime down the field, finally taking the top off the defense.
And now first down and 10 from the 15. They can't find a Joe who's holding on through contact.
Boy, we need a run game bad.
Down to the 10-yard. This is the pretty ball that Joe Flacco put up to good.
Well, somebody was going to have to come up and make a play. The defense keeping them in this ball game. Goodwin doesn't even break stride. I mean, that's just natural, God-given ability that Joe Flacco's had forever. It sure hasn't left him.
2nd and 5, 4.
Oh, you got it. Come on, get it.
With a flag down on the play. He's a yard short.
Please don't be on this.
And we'll wait and see about the flag. Bears are saying it's against Cleveland.
Holding.
Offense number 68. 10-yard penalty. Michael Dunn, who came in for the injured Joe Matonio.
Boy, got the face mask, I think, of Edwards right over the ball. You're going to see 68 grab 53 right here. Watch those two right there. The hold by the left hand on the face mask. Bump up the clock.
Down, Flacco.
What is he throwing?
Stevenson, we saw his diving interception just a moment ago. That's this one away from Amari Cooper, now 3rd and 12.
Well, they're loving this spot spacing where they run the back this way and Cooper on the little spot route. 6 yards and inside edge to the numbers. They've gone to that play quite a few times, and Stevenson's all over it. They need some sort of counter to these underneath throws, whether it's a hitch and go, a slant go, something.
Hey, they're gonna be in three high. I mean, two high, one high, three. This is three. They're gonna rotate into three. You're gonna have to see him.
Sidearms into his well short of the first.
Let's kick the fucking field goal.
15 by Tyreek Stevenson. 4th down, and on comes Dustin Hopkins and the Browns field goal unit to put 3 on the board, making it a 1-score game.
Well, we can't minimize the importance of points here. After a big play, you know, they get conservative with the calls, but they make sure they got points. They got to keep the pressure on, keep this thing close all the way to the finish. You never know what happens. You can't let games get away from you. And with a defense like this that the Browns have, they can always keep you in the game. So it's a crucial field goal for Duffy.
30-yard try for Hopkins. The kick
Got it.
down the middle. And it's a touchdown game. 17-10. Dustin Hopkins leads the NFL with now 32.
My man going Pro Bowl or what?
Never made the Pro Bowl for Dustin Hopkins. This would feel like a year after setting a single-season team record for the most made field goals. It feels like Dustin Hopkins could be Pro Bowl bound at the end of the season.
Absolutely. And last week he hit a crucial one against the Jags, a 55-yarder, and just drilled it with plenty of room. He's a special kicker. Those are automatic 3 points for him. They might need them later in this ball game, definitely down the stretch.
Well, coming up next, it's America's Game of the Week. We've got a throwback to the classic Cowboys-Bills Super Bowl matchups in the early 1990s. We'll get to see today's stars reignite this championship rivalry with playoffs implications in Buffalo. America's Game of the Week, Cowboys at Bills.
Oh, shit.
On Fox. Defensive battle between these two teams.
We need a turnover from the defense. Another one.
Position. Browns have the top spot in the AFC wild card. The Bears trying to keep a late season surge going. And if they win this game on the road, the next 2 games, the Bears are favored against indoor teams in Chicago, Arizona, and Atlanta before they end in Green Bay.
Shoot, you think Justin Fields looks fast on a wet field in Cleveland? Wait till you see that cat on a track. Indoor track? Come on now.
Justin Fields and his offensive coordinator Luke Getsy, Laura, trying to find that recipe to get to the postseason.
Getsy told us after Justin returned from the thumb injury, there's been a cool command and demand of his teammates, practicing games, and kind of let's go, we're rolling. But maturation as a player and steadiness as a person has really impressed him. Luke said there's so much growth, maybe not to the speed of everyone else's desire, but everyone in this building sees his growth every day.
Well, the growth has led this Bears team to having those conversations about potential postseason as Khalil Herbert finds a
Come on now.
tripped up by Ronnie Hickman. Now, Field has done it. First 17 games versus these last 17 starts. That's essentially 2 full seasons of starts. Total yardage, but the passer rating has improved dramatically over these last 17 starts. How about
I'll never take Nick Chubb for granted again. Yeah. Don't know why anybody would in the first place.
the show for?
You're exactly right. And a lot of that is getting them out on the move, getting them involved in these run games.
That's short.
Zone lead, getting them out on the edge to throw on the run. All those things really help him cut the field in half and help him process to be as productive as he's been in these last few games.
3rd and 1.
Either straight downhill with the run game again, that's been pretty solid for him, or see if they get Fields out on the edge again.
Off topic. All right. Got him. Big play. Big play. Big play.
Well, remember what we said. Some of those fly sweeps, it doesn't fool Alex Wright. He was right through it, read it immediately. The TV got the worst end of it.
Watching the Steelers game, how many one-on-ones and TJ gets is crazy. Yeah, I wish.
For the Browns defense, keeping it close.
Shea waves for the fair catch.
Ooh, almost dropped that shit.
Joe Flacco and the Browns back to work.
Let's get creative here.
In the fourth down, a touchdown.
There's two crucial short yardage plays in a row. One on fourth down, then that one on 3rd and 1. But 2 drives in a row. That defense just, I mean,
I forget what you called it, but this is a chance to have a franchise win like the Steelers always do when they have no business winning. Everything goes wrong, but you keep fighting and find a way. Oh yeah, program win.
Really big plays today.
Program win, Jayon. You win a game like this, it's a program win.
Time paying dividends. First down to 10 to 25.
Man, Montez Sweat is a monster in the run defense game, dog. Long and strong.
Tackle for loss chain. Is that what this is?
The 3-and-out chain. I mean, it's bowl season, so you get some of those, the championship belts and the guys wearing.
I have never seen a team cover the Browns for like 3 games, play-by-play, color commentary, and know nothing about the team they're talking about. Like, you have 3 of these games.
Nope. They see the 4 rush pressure. It's 3rd sack of the day. Not only is he
Who's hurt?
Bears leading sack man on the year, he still leads the Commanders in sacks.
Ooh, and Nick Harris.
Harris is down, who's starting for the injured Ethan Posick today.
So Whippler.
They'll usher him to the sidelines for at least one play because they stopped play for him. But Montez Sweat is having himself a day.
He's going to start upfield and get inside, and then you're going to see Jerome Ford miss on the chip right there. He chips his own guy, Hudson, number 66, and nobody ends up on 98. Montez Sweat, there he is.
Hey. He had 3.5 sacks in his first 5 games with the Bears. He has 3 in game 6 with the Bears. 6.5 sacks in Chicago and 6.5 in Washington. He leads both teams in sacks.
Leading 2 franchises at once for sacks.
That has never happened at the end of the season. 30-17, Flacco to Njoku, and the tackle made by Jalen Johnson. 7-yard pickup on the play, but the Bears defense does what it's been doing all day, Mark. Just steps up to the challenge, gets pressure on Flacco, forces 3rd and long, and now they force a punt.
Another drive with very little in the run game department. Look at this guy, Montez Sweat. Leading 2 franchises?
And it's never happened. We understand it.
Big play coming, just chip away. I hope so.
Franchises in sacks at the end of the year.
I don't know. Commissioner better step it up over there, right?
Taylor has buffed 2 punts today. Fields has hurt 20 them. Taylor, a beeline to the sidelines and out of bounds at the 33. Bears offense going back to work. Chicago with the lead and the ball.
All right, defense. I'm going to need y'all to tie this. I'm going to need y'all to tie this. I'm going to need the defense to tie this, man.
Treat my skin and joints. I'm feeling this one. Along with other skin, Scarvizi helps you with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And it's just
I'm not even sure if Chubb could do much with only starting all linemen. It would be better though. Yeah. I mean, we've seen Chubb in these situations still ball out. He's still Nick Chubb, but we've also seen Chubb, struggle to consistently get the ball going downhill. It's just not when you're down to one offensive lineman healthy, you're not going to run the ball a ton. And teams are condensing on what you want to do. It's rough. It's rough right now. Like, again, this is where I'm like, I would consider adding some mobility to the equation at quarterback right now, simply because you ain't got, how else are you going to be moving this ball? You know what I mean? Like, you have no other threats because Joe Flacco's not a threat to run. They can just sell out on a blitz or something like that, not worry about having to leave a scramble lane open. You gotta find something. Whew. Y'all give me 1 sec. Montez Sweat is having the Garrett game. Yeah.
Most all time didn't play that play shape. Justin Fields. Here's he throws and the wobbler incomplete. That pressure from Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah right in the face of Justin Fields.
Need something big here from the defense.
Well, watch Owusu-Koramoah. He's going to fire as soon as he realizes the halfback, Roschon Johnson's blocking. And he's the one who affects that throw. I'm just shocked they weren't running the ball. Trying to run out this clock. They've had success running the ball in the last few times. Come up short in short yardage, whether 4th down and 3rd down. See if they get Justin Fields involved in his own read.
Ball from the middle for Roschon Johnson. Not much there.
Just stop. All right. Get him off the field here.
Part of that Browns defensive front that has been so stout today. 3rd down and 9.
Well, these are the kind of games your defense just keeps you in. And they stay strong, they stay stout up front, and just continue to give you opportunities on offense. And one of them finally clicks. You know, that's what the Browns have to be hoping for. And then for the Bears, I mean, if you want to get involved in this playoff race, you got to learn to put teams away in the 4th quarter and finish games.
4-man rush. Fields flushed. Looking upfield. He's going to run. Can he get to the 1st down marker? He can. Justin Fields opted not to slide when he saw that sideline.
It's going to get started that slide really early.
He didn't slide. He just sort of wiggled his way up the sideline. And the question's going to be, where do they spot it? She's got it spotted. So the ball brought back to the spot of the fumble, but it is a 1st down. So the spot of the fumble gives a 1st down. We saw our down judge, Sarah Thomas, spot it back to where it had been fumbled.
Well, you watch him at the end of this run, and he's going to block the throw, and then he takes off, and right there he starts to slide, almost as the Kenny Pickett fake slide, and keep running. Got a little wobbly there, but he figured it out towards the end, it sounded like.
Come on, make a play, make a play, make a play, make a play.
Realized as he looked,
He wasn't far enough.
far enough. She's like, oh, crap, I got to put on the brakes.
Last second over there.
On 1st down, he says, enough of that. I'm just going to hand the ball off to Roschon Johnson. Let him do the dirty work. Johnson picks up 3.
That's what they got to do, is just run this clock out. You mentioned opportunities for the Browns offense.
Make a play.
Especially if you can control.
Somebody make a play.
And if anybody knows about 4th quarter comebacks, it's Joe Flacco in this building. He's got plenty of them. The last guy you want with the football towards the end, regardless of what's happened earlier. The guy knows how to finish football games.
Mercedes Lewis in the tight end spot. Fields looking at
Sack. Big play. There it is, JOK. There it is, JOK.
So the sack, he's got 3.5 on the season.
You know what I'm going to say. Obviously, number 6, Owusu-Koramoah. But what I would have bet the farm that they're going to hand that ball off and keep controlling this game instead of giving one of the best passes.
There it is. All right, 3rd and 18. Get off the field here.
Just got the snap off. Here comes the pressure. Dumping it off to Johnson. Johnson towards the middle of the field.
All right. Force a punt.
But does allow the Bears punt team to try and pin the Browns deep. Let's check in with Carissa Thompson in Los Angeles.
Thank you, Kevin. Letting you guys know what's coming up next. It's America's Game of the Week. Dak Prescott and Dallas Cowboys. 5-game win streak on on the road in Buffalo. Meanwhile, Josh Allen and the Bills, having won 2 of their last 3 and leading every game from here on out to keep their playoff hopes alive. It's all coming up next.
It's like a nice day in Buffalo as well. For that game, America's Game of the Week coming up on Fox. 4th and 6, big punt for Trent Hill. He's got the lowest net punting average in the National Football League. Trying to hit the Browns team. Unfortunately, Prochet watches will sail over his head too good into the end zone for the touchback. With 5:18 to go, coming out to the 20-yard line, and that's going to give Montez Sweat another opportunity. He's been all over the place.
He really has. Number 98. Wreaking havoc in the backfield for the Cleveland Browns. They better have a plan for him. Whether it's halfback chips, tight end help on the edge. You can see he's relentless in his pursuit to the quarterback and has really provided a shot in the arm. Whether he's the rusher or you saw in that last one, he'll go help his fellow defensive lineman and go pick for him. And he ends up getting his own, and we know the whole dance still today.
Put in motion. First down. Toss play strong. Trying to get outside. Not going to get there. You know why? Montez Sweat with the tackle. So right after the punt, Montez Sweat. It's like, hey, you've got to go up. It's like
James.
It's James Brown.
It's James Brown.
Selected out to the party. Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Too hot enough.
Come on, man. Let's make something happen.
I didn't say it. The home said it.
Get rid of the freaking ball.
Some time and some more finds more, and Elijah Moore shoved out of bounds. Short of the first down by Kyler Gordon. It's a 6-yard gain. And it brings up 3rd down for the Browns. They need to string some first downs together here.
They absolutely do. And Joe Flacco, just some veteran presence in the pocket, finds a way to get out. And he can make something happen. I thought Amari Cooper's got to step up here. Let's see.
3rd and 2. Handoff. To the end.
There it is.
Pushed forward to get the first down. It's been something that the Browns have been unable to do today, and that's run the football. Their season-low rushing yardage mark is 78. With that 3-yard run from Hunt, they have 26 yards rushing.
It's been slow on the rush side, but they're trying that pin and pull again on the edge. Get them outside on the same side power.
And we welcome those who have been watching other action across the National Football League. Mark Sanchez and Laura Oakman. I'm Kevin Kugler. Here's Joe Flacco. Gets the toss back to Kareem Hunt. Throws it right back to Hunt. And Hunt to the right.
Was that the play?
That was a little bulky, but it ended up working.
Hey.
Are you kidding me?
Whatever works.
Dorian Thompson Robinson, but they got interior pressure right away from the Bears. And Joku's got to get that block inside. But Joku,
Good adjustment by Joe.
They were trying to take a shot. He saved that play and somehow made it work.
Flacco facing a 4-man rush. Start to the sidelines. But Joku shut out. Shy of midfield. Tyler Gordon with the tackle.
All right, moving the ball.
Or open on the field. Kevin Kugler, Mark Sanchez, and Booty Blandino in our studios in Los Angeles. It's been a defensive-minded game today, Mark. 2 huge interceptions thrown by Flacco that directly turned into 14 Bears points. One of them pick 6 from Tremaine Edmonds.
Yeah, the pick 6 was just tough for this Browns team, but the defense has stepped up. You mentioned it, Kevin. And Joe Flacco knows something about fourth-quarter comebacks in this building all the way back to his days as a Baltimore Raven.
Flacco looking downfield.
Good throw. That's going to score. Wow. Holy shit. Good throw. Good throw.
Joe Flacco over 300 yards passing on the afternoon. The touchdown pass to Amari Cooper, and they'll line up to try to tie it up.
It's 2 weeks in a row over the 300-yard mark.
I know they are not gassing up 300 yards with 3 interceptions.
And we've got a brand new ball game.
I know we're not going to all of a sudden act like this was a good game. Like,
Getting him out on the edge.
hey, thank God he made that throw, though. Big play.
It just makes it hard for the defense to sort through everything. But
Of all the shit he's missed today, to make that throw is incredible. It's insane.
Joe Flacco, are you kidding me with that precision and accuracy? There goes the tightrope down the sideline. I know it hasn't been pretty, but this dude is just unfazed. I mean, he is steady as they come, giving this offense some life, giving them a catch and run opportunity. And there it goes. There's that 10-year-old kid running around in the front yard again. He's back, and he knows how to do it in the fourth quarter. He's going to be sore tomorrow, man. Holy smokes.
First time since weeks 2 and 3 with the Jets last year that he's topped the 300-yard mark in consecutive games. And Joe Flacco to tie it up at 17 apiece. What a ball game. It's still 3:08 to go in regulation. Oh, man. All 3 timeouts in the pocket of each team, plus the 2-minute warning.
Back into this thing. Dog pound's feeling it. This defense is going to come out juiced.
Program win. Let's go, says Jayon. Tie game, baby.
Cleveland has returned. Week 6. Jake Moody missed a 41-yard field goal with 9 seconds left. Browns win. Kareem Hunt, the 1-yard touchdown run in Week 7 over the Colts. Browns win 5-1. 14-point quarter comeback against the Ravens Week 10. Browns win 33-31. Dustin Hopkins, the game winner Week 11. Browns win by 3 thanks to that field goal. Now a tie game. 3-0 to go.
All right, Miles. This would be a great time for you to show up here. Here he is, Myles Garrett. Prime Miles activated, gave that man something to play for. Sun's out now.
Trading blow, but watch him beat the seal block inside by Cole Kmet. Number 85. Cole's got to pin him down no matter what. Pre-snap, if you have to get a little bit closer, get closer. But you can't let that guy blow up the play. That's where it starts.
It's winning time, Miles. Third and 15. It's winning time. It's winning time. Let's go. 3rd and 15.
We've seen this all game long. Noah Fukuramura. They went 12 personnel, 2 times.
Nice shit, JOK. JOK is the man, dog.
The quarterback there, Khalil Herbert, he's got to get a bigger piece of that. He'll take the fight to Noah Fukuramura and give Justin Fields time, but another huge 3rd and long. This is what the Browns defense specializes in. To Johnson.
No, sir. And they'll take it to the 2.
For the Chicago Bears. This is a bad man right here. And I'm blowing him up for a reason. Watch what he does.
Boom. Boom. My goodness.
All the way in the backfield. But when it's 3rd and long like that, you have plenty of time.
Hey, man, look, when it's time, whenever it's time, when it's crunch time, when it's prime time, 9-5 shows up every time. He turned that on. He been playing good all game, no doubt, but he turned that shit on. Wow. Like, he's been unreal. That was unreal by Myles Garrett, dog. Oh, man. See, that's why I say, as long as you got a guy like that on your team, man, you got a chance. Even when it doesn't look great. Because a guy like that goes a long, long, long way. They got shirtless up there.
17-17, about to get the football back on the punt. Short punt. It'll bounce at the 40. You take a good bear.
I had to touch the Bears. I think it touched his foot at the 30.
21.
They got to look at that. Miles just said, I'm tired of you holding me all game. Get the F on around. Yeah, he just decided.
And then his third interception, when they had it dialed up, he kind of tried to throw it off his back foot. It missed the throw. He comes back, a huge touchdown for Njoku. And then again, this absolute scene between three different Bears players. And Mark Cooper stays in bounds for the touchdown. Let's see what this guy's got, man. He's already thrown it 40 times, over 300 again. Remember, they're not. Listen, they're in a 2-minute mode, but they don't have to rush, right? They want to play with some pace, but they got an excellent kicker in D-Hop.
Play fake. Flacco throws on first down to Njoku.
Oh, that's big. There we go. There we go.
Well, watch this little corner route, the quick fake. And I love the tempo by Njoku. And he cut off his weight perfectly. I don't know about the jump at the end.
What did he try to do? Did he try to Antonio Brown that young man?
Kung Fu movie or something.
Get off the field, Chef Zay.
First down.
Thank you for that one, Chosen. Dangerous throw.
Flag is down on the far side of the field.
Please don't.
He's only been flagged 4 times for 19 yards today. Everybody pointing at everybody else.
Offside. Offense, number 85.
Njoku.
First down. Boy, offsides have been an oft talked about penalty of late on the offense.
You could see him right there.
I don't know about that.
Blocking the ball, so the ref can't see when the ball snapped. But it's been the call de jour, if you will.
Yeah, Kadarius Toney sort of started a trend.
All right, Miles already said, oh, it's that time. Watch this. Yes, sir.
Timeouts, you're not out of your run game. Smart hit. Get some yards back on this 1st and 15.
No, for 2 points. Stevenson nearly had his second pick and the 4th Flacco interception of the day. Instead, breaks up that pass at the second down.
Well, Flacco's throwing this, expecting Cooper to cut right off his outside foot, and Coop kind of gives him an indicator a little early. Flacco cuts it loose. And a little bit of extra sauce at the top of the route that Flacco wasn't ready for.
We watched Dustin Hopkins in warm-ups going this direction, and he's lining up to the 59 and 60, but he consistently missed wide left, and then he cut off and flipped the field. pressure coming as they set up the screen. Well defended by the Bears from start to finish. Justin Jones made sure that Jerome Ford could not turn that one upfield, and it's third down.
Well, watch the pressure immediately inside from Edwards, and he affects that throw. Really, the timing of the screen, and had to speed up Joe Flacco and force them to get rid
Let's get something here.
have to block the guy guarding the halfback. See if they get any more man-to-man.
Third and 15. Flacco is back.
Got him. First down. Big play. He's still on his feet. Oh, my goodness. Wow. I mean, that was so lucky. That was so lucky, dog. Oh, my God.
Tremaine Edmonds is over the ball. He's going to fake out and then come. And here comes the free hitter.
Oh, my God.
To the right at the very end and held on.
Good catch. Good read by Flacco there, too. Hey, he fucking turned it around. Holy shit.
Cool as the other side of the field.
Hey, I'm if he wins this, I'm glad to be wrong, baby. Let's go.
Jaguars, he knew the blitz was coming.
Wow.
Held on to it long enough. Makes the play to Njoku again.
We saw the Flacco reaction. We did not get the happy Kevin Stefanski reaction that we saw last week as he ran up and down the sideline. But we did get happy Joe Flacco.
We see his eyes. I mean, Flacco, just that extra little hold right there to make sure Njoku could see him and see the ball get released. But teams pressure this guy late, and he knows exactly what to do. We'll get the pressure.
Career winning drives for Joe Flacco. The last time was here in Cleveland as a member of the Jets. The fans who were here that day that are here this day will have a different reaction if he's able to pull off the game-winning drive today.
I mean, they are right where they need to be.
All right, make them use those timeouts now.
Expect 2 hands on the football from Kareem Hunt. There's your tight end personnel, 13.
On the carry. Timeout used by the Bears. So
That's one.
Timeout. Rasheed with the tackle. So the Browns, who came into the day holding the top wild card spot in the AFC. This is up to the minute, updated as of now. Chiefs got the win. You see the Browns still in that top spot, 8-5. They are hoping for some Ravens losses because they'd like to get back into the picture in the division. A couple of games behind Baltimore. Houston is in overtime, as you see that team in the hunt, taking on the Titans in Nashville. And a lot of teams still chasing the Bills coming up next in America's Game of the Week against the Dallas Cowboys. Now 2nd and 8. Dustin Hopkins, who's hit 8 straight game-winning field goal attempts in the final 2 minutes of overtime. Chance for another game winner, potentially here.
Shotgun.
Appreciate the super chat, Mighty. Appreciate the super chat.
By the Chicago Bears.
Speaking of cardiac,
Wow.
Jumped right there. Almost gave me a heart attack.
So 3rd down coming up. The Bears down to 1 timeout left. Coming up next, it's America's Game of the Week. Our NFL doubleheader continues. Back of the Cowboys taking on Josh Allen and the Bills. And you're on Fox Sports app. Myles Garrett and the Cleveland defense got enough stops today to push this one later into the 4th quarter. Gave their offense a chance to come back down 17-7.
This Browns defense, man, just keep saving the season.
Hopkins hoping for a chance.
Just gonna center this football, put it exactly where.
He does. Box it over the right hash. Bears use their final timeout. And here comes Dustin Hopkins, trying to give Cleveland the lead late at Brown Stadium.
It makes you wonder about that
Hail Mary attempt before halftime. The decision by the Bears not to try the 55-yard field goal at the end of the first half, going the opposite direction. Instead, through the Hail Mary, came over with no points. And now, Hopkins on to try to get Cleveland the lead. This from 34 yards out.
Flacco, we mentioned it. Elf on the shelf. I don't mean Brownie, that angry elf. I mean the elf with the little magic.
That's in. All right. 32 seconds of defense now. 32 seconds of defense now. Just 32 seconds of defense. Ray Rag says, do you want to talk about contact balance? Njoku can make a lot of hits and keep his stride. Yeah, Njoku's contact balance has just been incredible this last year. I mean, I think Jake Burns tweeted it. He said David Njoku's finding that final tier. He's in that group of tight ends now. It's just happening right in front of us, and it's true. Like, he's just been that guy, man.
Try to push it there. Great. Okay, Kugler. There's still time for Chicago. They have no timeouts for Kevin Stefanski, nearly celebrating there. Browns fans who were despondent midway through this game, down 17-7 at the end of 3 quarters.
Third quarter was bleak. It was sad in here. But they sure flipped the script. Credit to that Jim Schwartz defense. Keeping them in the game. The veteran president, Joe Flacco, just keep fighting, man.
Wow.
Keep standing up. When you hear the bell ring and keep throwing punches, you're always going to have a chance with this defense. And a kicker like Hopkins wasn't pretty.
So 32 seconds to go. The Bears with no timeouts head out to their 25-yard line. Game summer, Justin Fields, 136 yards for touchdown. The pick, Joe Flacco, 374 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. His Bears defense, 3 takeaways, scored 14 points off of those takeaways. But now they need something from their offense, and they need it fast with no timeouts, trying to get into field goal range for Carlos Santos.
You're going to need about 35, 40 yards-ish pretty quickly here. Got to get some chunk plays.
Fields on the roll. Down the sideline. Dropped. Tyler Scott trying to climb the ladder to get it. He couldn't pull it in.
Who's hurt?
Seconds to play in 2nd and 10, and there's an injured Brown.
Somebody ran into Miles.
Well,
Jeez.
This collision.
Yeah, somebody ran into fucking Miles. Again, Miles spin moved right into Za'Darius, and Za'Darius is hurt. Miles is made out of fucking titanium. He's the tank. Myles Garrett's body is made out of whatever the tank was from GTA 3. Mighty says this is what that Denver game should have been. Yeah, absolutely. Myles Garrett body is made. All right, defense.
Go back to work on that 2nd and 10, 25 seconds to play. Down 3. Fields setting up. Off to the sideline. Scott tiptoes through 2 defenders. And Scott up the sidelines. And then the Ohio native breathes life into the Bears' chances.
Well, Denzel Ward
Why they get out their regular defense?
is coming back from the shoulder injury, only gives an arm tackle here on the right, and Newsome is expecting a little more on the outside. Watch Ward, he flies by 21. There goes Newsome, expecting a little more help. Let's see if he stayed in bounds that whole time.
All the way to the 45-yard line, and now roughly less than the 10 yards.
But missed that tackle, a two-hand touch.
Field, backside pressure from Garrett. Let's go throw this one towards the sideline and throws it away.
Smart play by Fields, getting rid of that football. He knew he couldn't hold it. Only 10 seconds left. They got to get a completion here.
No timeouts. Remember, they can't
Come on, Miles, end it.
Get to the sideline. Dire straits, but they need some sort of toe drag swag, some sort of sideline miracle here.
Santos with one chance. 55 yards his career long. This time he did it week 12 in Minnesota. The other was in 2020.
Even Fields, as deadly as he is, running the football, he got enough time to get out of bounds for sure.
The Browns will use a timeout.
The Browns just want to see what kind of set and personnel that the Bears are going to come out in. Take a quick photo of it and regroup. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Jim Schwartz giving the last minute reminders to his guys. Joe Flacco watching eagerly.
Is that eager? That didn't look eager.
Anxious, but he's stoic no matter what, man. You never know what happened. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
4 players have been hurt running into Miles in the last two games. Yeah, I don't know, man. That man made out of vibranium, dog.
He's happy with you, sad, up at that. All of the above.
Remember, Stefanski mentioned he's got a fire. You can tell. You can feel it. When they beat the Blitz 2 weeks in a row on those huge plays that turned the tide of the game, right here in front of their home fans in the Dogtown, you can feel it. Him and Stefanski, they got a special bond. It's been fun to watch these guys finish football games.
No, get in your regular defense, man. Wow, Myles Garrett just got pressured 1-on-3 legitimately.
This could be the final play of the ball game.
We saw him running one of those sideline plays on the left.
All right, just got to stop him here.
Receivers are trying to screen for at least.
They're not going to be able to spike here with 5 left.
In the way of a defender, try and hide a guy, pop open late near the sideline. Just took a little too long, and Fields under duress almost immediately by none other than Myles Garrett. So him and Montez Sweat, they're putting on pass rush play.
Here we go. 5 seconds remaining in the game. Browns defense will back up. Fields. Chase by Garrett. Flush. Looking. Sets up. Throwing deep. Hail Mary. End zone. Deflection. Intercepted. Almost caught. The deflection into the hands of the
Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, hey, give me 1 second, y'all. Hold time out. Oh my God.
17 and Cleveland moves.
Woo!
Tony had it on the ground.
Oh, they trying to kill me.
That's going to do it from Cleveland, America's game.
Oh, they trying to kill me. Oh, they trying to kill me, y'all. Oh, Lord.
You gotta love football.
Oh, my God. Okay. They trying to kill me. They are trying to kill me, dog. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Y'all see how they trying to kill me? Oh, my God. Wow. Wow. Okay, hold on. I gotta go live on Bleacher Report. Oh man, I'm still coming down from that. That was nuts. That was absolutely absurdity. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Ooh. Hey, no, look. Hey, Joe Flacco did a good job of solving the problems that he created in that game. Like, but it don't matter. They won. And hopefully he don't have no game like that again. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, man. That's nuts. That was just entirely nuts. Crazy. Crazily nuts. Okay. Oh wow. Oh wow. 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 Oh wow. 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 Hey man. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I still don't have words. Hey man, so like we not the Browns no more. Like clearly we are not the Browns anymore because that right there, what I saw was the most un-Browns like stuff. You know what? It's no longer when a team does some stuff like that it's the Browns or it's a Brownsy type thing. This was the new era Browns. What we saw was the Stefanski era Browns play the old Browns. And that's the Chicago Bears. Like the Chicago Bears lost that game in a way that I could only describe as the Browns would have did in 2010. Like that is exactly how the Browns will lose a game in 2010. Got to update. Somebody just said they got to update their will because the team is going to kill me. But hey, that's the program. Cleveland wins. Walking Dead. Yeah, man, the Browns won this game with one starting offensive lineman left. They won this game with no run game. A quarterback who actively sucked for most of the game. And look, Joe Flacco, I'm going to give you all the credit in the world for coming back, right? You came back. And I'm going to give Joe Flacco, he made a great throw to Amari Cooper. He made a great throw to David Njoku. And I'm not going to take away from that. But also, we have to keep it a buck when we talk about Joe Flacco. The reason they were down was because of Joe Flacco. Like, Joe Flacco was awful at the beginning of this game. And he did a good job of fixing his own mistakes later on in this game. But the real story about this game is what I said in the preview video. I feel like I say this every week in the preview video. We want to make it about this guy. We want to make it about that guy. It's not about anybody on offense. Maybe David Njoku and Amari Cooper. But what this team is about the defense. The defense withstood a 3-interception game that included basically two pick sixes. Like Joe Flacco threw what amounted to 2 pick sixes in this game. 2 of them. And the defense still held it down. The defense still held it down. And it's not like the defense is injury-free. This defense is special. This defense is unlike anything we've ever seen in Cleveland. Somebody just asked, how are the Browns 9-5? I'll tell you exactly how the Browns are 9-5. The Browns are 9-5 because the defense is that damn good. We out here letting Joe Flacco make up for the mistakes because the defense just did not allow the Bears to score at all. Let's talk about it. JOK first and foremost. That might be one of the best linebackers in the NFL. I know I've been making these jokes at the expense of Raven fans about how I think JOK is actually better than Roquan Smith. But I mean, look, man, JOK making more plays than Roquan Smith the last few weeks. Like, hey, it might be a conversation to be had, man. It might be a conversation to be had because the defense, it was just amazing. JOK was just pressure, tackle for loss, pressure, pass breakup, all game. He's been incredible, man. Dalvin Tomlinson, I thought he had an especially strong first half of this game. And then Myles Garrett, look, here's why I say Myles Garrett is a franchise level player. Here's why I say Myles Garrett is the face of the franchise. And here's why I always say it don't matter who's out if 95 is in. Because what happened when it became obvious that it was winning time for the Cleveland Browns in this game, and all you had to do if you was the defense was get the offense the ball back with the three and out. When it was winning time, we saw Myles Garrett put together a absolutely unreal set. A absolutely unreal set there. He dominated, absolutely dominated back-to-back snaps there. And that final drive and proved why he is one of the best defensive players in the NFL, if not the best. That's first and foremost, man. You can give credit to a lot of parts of this team. You can give credit to a lot of individuals, but this defense led by Myles Garrett, it's been the season. The season should be over. You have all these injuries. You have all of these quarterback changes. You have all of this stuff going on. Your offense is just terrible at times. But it doesn't matter because the defense has been balling. And look, what happened today was simply the Browns played 8 minutes of complimentary football after playing anti-complimentary football the whole game. Well, not even anti-complimentary football. Defense just getting left out there to die. Basically. But it ended up not mattering. It really ended up not mattering. Whew. I don't know about y'all, but this has been a crazy season. This has been a crazy year. And now the Browns are 9-5, which means two things. The Browns will absolutely 1,000% be over 500 this year. Another thing it means is that the Browns have a 90+% chance to make the playoffs. More than likely, you're seeing playoff football for your Cleveland Browns this year. Now, again, we'll see what happens the rest of the way. They still got to win one more game, but you feel like you can do it as long as you got this defense. It's definitely something that's doable. And look, I don't expect Joe Flacco to play that bad for 3 quarters every game, right? I don't expect Joe Flacco to be a turnover machine like he was in this game every game. And as long as that does not happen, you can win. And even when it does, you can win. Like, that's the amazing part about this. The Browns, like we've been saying this all year, that the Cleveland Browns, all they need at quarterback is somebody who's not going to turn the ball over. We ain't had not one person come in there, play quarterback, not turn the ball over. Like, do a good job of limiting turnovers. Joe Flacco ain't limiting turnovers. DTR didn't do a great job of limiting turnovers. PJ. Like, all the quarterbacks that have played this year, Deshaun, turnovers, have turned his ball over like it just has not mattered. The Browns got to have a crazy turnover margin right now. I'm going to need some reimbursement for the Browns for my poor heart. Yeah, It's just one of those things, man. It just is. It's just an incredible game by the Cleveland Browns. Let's go over some of the stats and talk about this one and break down the box score about this one. Let's go ahead and get into it. Give me 1 second here. We need to find a good play at tackle. Let's read some of these comments here. So my man D Rush says we need to find good play at tackle. I mean, I just don't know what you're going to do, right? DeJuan Jones isn't coming back. Jed Wills isn't coming back. It is what it is at tackle. You just need to hope that Joel gets healthy, Ethan gets healthy, and you can rock out with those three healthy for the rest of the year and just live with what you're getting on the edges. Let's see, someone else said, man, Cleveland is alive again. Let's bring the city back. The commish came in and shut down Myles Garrett with any officiating talk. The refs were given a mission. Yeah, I mean, like, look, here's the thing about calling out the refs. It might be cathartic at the time. And a lot of things are cathartic in the moment, right? It's cathartic to call certain things out that need to be called out. That doesn't mean it's the best play. And Myles Garrett calling out the officiating as vulgarly as he did, I bet it felt great when he did it. It wasn't the best move, right? It definitely wasn't the best move because I have no doubt that they didn't call that shit on him this week on purpose. They didn't call a single hold on him to prove a point. And that's just what it is, right? Like, that's just what it is. They just tried to, they wanted to prove a point. So it's ridiculous. It's petty. It's goofy. But it is what it is. When it comes to the Joe Flacco stuff, because Walter with a fitty bomb here, appreciate you. 2 of Joe Flacco's picks were on others. Receivers must catch the ball and run the correct route. I'm not so sure. I'm going to assume that Cedric Tillman ran the wrong route on that one. And then the other interception he threw to Cedric Tillman, it was a bad ball. Like, Cedric didn't catch it, but it was a bad ball. I think that was sloppy execution on both sides. That first interception, though, like Flacco does that, where he bails out in the pocket, tries to get rid of the ball, throw it with the anticipation in the hopes that somebody's going to be there. And then he did that in Baltimore. That's just been on his resume forever. He throws those he's thrown like 3 of them already, right? Like, he throws those interceptions. That's not me even like being critical of Joe Flacco. It's just pointing out a trend. So I wouldn't assume that Joe Flacco played bad in the first half of this game. Now, it's like first 3 quarters and 4 minutes, he was awful. Like, we got to keep it a buck there. We can't sit here and lie like he was not bad at the beginning of this game. He was bad. But he fixed his own mistakes enough to win the game. And ultimately, that's all we really care about, right? Can you be a net neutral at the quarterback position? He was awful early on. He was really good them last 2 drives, and that was good enough to get the net neutral because the defense gives you a ton of room for error. And I don't think Joe Flacco is going to play that bad every week. I think he's going to have bad games, good games. I said before this game, you should expect a bit of a stinker from him. I thought he was going to turn the ball over more than a couple times, right? Like, it's teams have had more film on him in this specific offense. Plus, my man's older. He's not going to be great every week. Even Tom Brady, once he got to like 30, 38, he couldn't put together like 17 good weeks of football anymore like he used to when he was like 27. So, I mean, like, you should expect this. I wouldn't overreact too bad because, again, he played well at the end of it. So, yes, he was awful at the beginning and for most of the game, but he played well enough to fix his own mistakes. So, I'm not tripping, right? Like, if this were the age thing, if this were he's 38, he's just done, he has nothing left after this amount of snaps, he wouldn't have put together those last few drives. So, I'm willing to go in with the open mind for next week and see what happens. You're already at 9 wins, so, all due respect, I just do what you got to do, right? I don't think we don't have to leave every game with nothing but effusive praise for the quarterback or effusive criticism, right? It could be a little bit of both. And I think that's where you have to live with Joe Flacco. There's going to be some shit that you like. There's going to be some stuff that you hate about these Joe Flacco games. It just is what it is. But you're going to be able to get away with it because of the defense. And that was the story, right? Like Joe Flacco threw 2 pick sixes in this game. He got away with it because the defense is just that damn good to hold a team under 30. Stefanski for coach of the year now, says Grigo. I mean, look, if he wins 2 more games, you got to consider it. If not, like, consider it his. Because there's not a more impressive coaching job. And I know people point out, well, it's the defense that's leading the team. And Quincy, you always say it's the defense. Why does Stefanski get credit for what the defense is doing ultimately? I think while it's true that the defense is the dominant unit on this team, the defense is also the dominant unit on this team and part of them being the healthiest unit on this team, right? The offense has been ravaged by injuries. We're down to 1 starting offensive lineman, David Njoku, Elijah Moore, Amari Cooper. We got 4 dudes left on the starting depth chart at the beginning of the year on offense right now. 4 dudes left. Any offense in that situation is not going to be good, but there is a question of, can you make it just good enough to win a few games? And they've won 9 of them. So Kevin has done a great job of making something happen with absolutely nothing, which is why you have to consider him for coach of the year at this point. The case is too strong. Richard Baker says favorite season ever. Go Browns. Hey, man. And Browns fans, also remember, man, we playing with house money. House money. Myron Anderson asks us about those people who are playing at safety in this game. And that's another great point, Myron. Ronnie Hickman has been playing well. Undrafted free agent rookie Ronnie Hickman. He came in, made a couple plays, made a huge play in this game. You thought you got some quality snaps from Deron Harmon. You're missing so many guys on this defense, and it just doesn't matter because your corners and your edges are just so good. And your defensive line play has been so good. It's remarkable. At this point, you just gotta give credit to what the Browns have been able to accomplish at this point, right? This is a franchise that before the Stefanski-Barry era would find every reason in a season and in a game to collapse. Oh, one guy got hurt. That's it. We done, right? There's a reason why Browns fans be folding so fast on Twitter. Like, you ever notice that Browns fans, like, the second one thing goes wrong, they fold? And the reason Browns fans fold like that isn't because they're weak people. No, nobody's a weak person. It's just because the team has conditioned them to thinking, oh, when one thing goes wrong, nothing can go right. If one thing goes wrong in a season, nothing can go right. If one thing goes wrong in a game, nothing can go right. Because for the last, because before Kevin Stefanski, for 20 years, this team had shit go wrong. And honestly, just before this season, this team had stuff go wrong and they could never get it right. Now, stuff goes wrong. All right, we're going to make it work. One guy gets injured, season ain't over. We're going to make it work. Quarterback gets injured, franchise running back gets injured. All of these players get injured. All right, we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. But look, I went over this in a video on my channel last week, about teams that have had over 25% of their salary cap on the injured reserve at the end of the year. And those teams rarely ever win more than 5 games. Like, if you have a weak schedule, you might win 5 in that situation. The Browns have had one of the toughest schedules in football, 9 wins. 9 wins. How is that not a coach of the year argument? Yeah, Von Hamp says it comes from trauma. They fold. It's just because people are conditioned, right? Like, hey, the second something goes wrong, I'm used to that being the end because this team usually has no resolve. But not anymore. Not anymore. You see, Pittsburgh is closer to what the Browns used to be than the Browns are. Straight up. Straight up. It's amazing that this team is not just alive, right? Like the Colts are alive at like 8-5, or the Bengals are alive at like 7-7 or whatever. Like they're not just like hanging alive. They're fucking thriving right now. It's crazy. CTG Cement, how many game winners is that on Hot for the year? Man, it's gotta be like 5 or 6. Christian Lang says Flacco had the turnover stinker you predicted, but somehow Browns win. Thank you for the great coverage this season. Keep it up. Keep making that coin. I will try to make as much coin as I can. Ironically enough, Thayward on Bleacher Report says, ironically enough, one more win will secure their playoff berth for sure. Get healthy on the O-line and get healthy on the defense, and we got a serious shot. I think if you beat the Texans, did the Texans win? Let me look at the standings real quick. NFL scores. I want to see if the Texans won. Because if the Texans lost, okay, so the Texans won. The Dolphins won, they beat the Jets. The Chiefs won, they beat the Patriots. So I think if the Browns win next week, they essentially clinch the playoffs. Because they're 9-5. Flacco had the okay, I already read that one. The Texans won, yeah. Yeah, the Texans won. They're 8-6. So if the Browns beat the Texans and get to 10-5, that means that who could surpass them? The Bengals, but you would have the tiebreaker over the Bengals. As long as, yeah, you would have the tiebreaker over the Bengals. You would have the tiebreaker over the Colts. You would have the tiebreaker over the Texans. You would have the tiebreaker over the Bills. And you would have the tiebreaker over the Steelers. So essentially, if the Browns win next week, they're in because of the tiebreaker possibility with Texas. So that game's huge now. If the Browns win that game versus the Texans, they're in the playoffs. Like that, they're basically clinched. So yeah, it's nuts. Somebody wants me to talk about the secondary. They were balling. Greg Newsome made some important plays. I know people were complaining about him dancing. Dance as much as you want. You could play that well. But Greg Newsome made some big time plays. I thought Denzel Ward was good in the moments that he was in there. Just absolutely, Greg Newsome and Denzel Ward absolutely had DJ Moore in hell all day. That's what you like to see from those two. And then Martin Emerson, doing Martin Emerson type things. And again, that secondary, like those safeties, those backup safeties today really stepped up. Didn't have a single starting safety because you lose Grant Delpit, you lost Ronnie McLeod, and then Juan Thornhill can't play. Those are your 3 rotational safeties. So you're in with Ronnie Hickman, Deron Harmon, and I don't even know who else. And you're just making stuff work all game. You're just making it work. Yeah, Denzel Ward with the weird tackle at the end of the game. Yeah, I don't know what that was. And honestly, I don't know why Jim Schwartz just got out of his regular defense at that point. It didn't make much sense to me. Just play your regular defense. They ain't got no timeouts. Like, I didn't see any need to get to one of those special looks because it was 40 seconds left in the game at that point. This is just one of the most incredible seasons. Incredible plays, incredible games, incredible. And that last play where Mooney almost caught that touchdown, I think really just puts this game, I think it really tells the story of this game, right? The Browns block a ball, make a great defensive play. The Bears get in a position to get lucky. They fumbled the position that they were given, and then the Browns intercept it. That play right there tells the story of the game. It tells the story of those two franchises. It tells the story of two franchises going in opposite directions. One has staved its way away from the stench of its reputation and no longer represent that reputation, and one is moving into that reputation. The Chicago Bears, they're a candidate to be the new Browns, right? Like when you think of teams that remind you of the Browns in the way that the Browns have reminded you of the Browns in previous years. Oh, the Chicago Bears are right there. Maybe even the Pittsburgh Steelers for the last few weeks. But who would have thought we would have saw a team that's more well coached than Pittsburgh and more resilient than Pittsburgh? It's really just a great story here. The penalties were the biggest issue of today. I think the turnovers were a bigger issue. The turnovers were a problem. And look, Joe Flacco knows he can't turn the ball over as much as he did in this game. And he knows that he got away with fixing his own mistakes. But again, that's what the defense is there for. That's what it was there for when Deshaun was in here. That's what it was there for when PJ was in here. What it was there for when DTR was in here. This defense just gives you so much margin of error. So much margin of error. Thoughts on Stefanski calling a timeout on the Bears' last drive? Yeah, he called a timeout to get his defense set. What's wrong with that? Are people mad at that? Are people mad at that one? I don't know. I don't understand that one. I don't think anybody's mad at that. That doesn't make any sense. Can you admit that Flacco is better than DTR? When was the last time you saw a quarterback throw for 300 yards in back-to-back games? Zane, he threw 3 interceptions. Like, why are we doing this? Look, the thing we learned today isn't that Joe Flacco is the greatest quarterback of all time. It isn't a DTR thing. What we literally learned today is that the defense is so good, it literally does not matter who's at quarterback. It just does not matter. It just does not matter. Oh, is he talking about the last drive before halftime? Oh, to force Chicago to go for it, or they got Chicago to go for it instead of kick a field goal? Okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. But what have we not learned that the defense just is what stops everybody? Like the defense propped up PJ Walker when he was turning that ball over. The defense propped up Deshaun Watson when he was turning that ball over. The defense propped up DTR when he was turning that ball over. Well, and DTR only turned it over once in those 2 games that he came back from. So, I mean, honestly, if you don't count the Baltimore game, DTR's turned the ball over less than all of those quarterbacks. Doesn't mean that he's better than any of them, but it is something to note. And Joe Flacco turned that ball over like crazy, dog. Last 2 weeks, Joe Flacco been turning that bitch over, man. Like, let's keep it a buck. We don't gotta lie. Like, he been turning that thing over. It's 3 turnovers, 2 back-to-back games. It's like 6 of them in 2 weeks. We don't got to sit here and lie. But hey, he fixes his own mistakes, and that's what the defense allows you to do, and that's why the defense is here. It's the truth. It's the truth. Like, the defense allows you to get away with all of this. If the Browns did not have an elite defense, we're not winning that game. We're talking a different story, right? But since the defense is so good, we can live in these different worlds. But let's be real about what we saw here. Defense is what carried you. Joe Flacco did a good job, but also had to fix his own mistakes. Gave the defense what? Gave Chicago 14 points in this game. Oh, yeah, how Kevin schemed up Coop and Chief Njoku. Well, I think Joe Flacco made the play on that last drive to David Njoku. It was very similar to the David Bell play from last week where Chicago decided to zero them, and he just like went off his back foot and threw it to David Njoku, and David did a great job of climbing the ladder, coming down with it, and then having the presence of mind to make a play on it. Like, that's a great decision by Joe Flacco and a great catch by David Njoku. The Cooper play, I thought that was a great throw by Joe and a good call by Kevin. It wasn't the greatest call in the world because it wasn't super wide open, but like it was fine. It was a fine call. Kevin called a fine game. I don't think this was like one of his better games or one of Kevin's worst games called. I thought it was a fine game. There were some lulls in there that we forget because of how they won this game. It was a fine game. It's so hard to be mad at penalties with this many backups. Great coaching can only do so much. Yeah, I mean, when you just have this many backups in at the offensive line, especially, you're just going to get a ton of penalties. And then for whatever reason, Joe Flacco was hard counting a ton. And I think they should just not do that. They should probably not do that. But yeah, I thought Kevin called a fine game. I thought Joe closed the game out well. The ghost of Jim Brown. Oh yeah, this is the Jim Brown Memorial year. And the defense really, really. Oh yeah, special teams. Nah, let me not forget. I always forget special teams. Skateboard, Beeb, make sure I don't forget special teams. Yes, absolutely. Special teams played a huge role in this. Dustin Hopkins, thought you had a couple muff punt situations in this game where you recovered a muff punt. It was a total team effort to get this one done in the fourth quarter. And the defense just, hey man, they got handed 14 points. Like they got spotted. The Browns offense spotted the Browns defense plus 14 points. And this defense still found a way to win that game. This is one of the most impressive defensive performances of the year. It was impressive. Cali Browns fan, Myles Garrett is the MVP. No other team in playoff contention without their two best offensive player for the entire years after 4 QBs. No chance. Yeah. And then how Myles Garrett went into like winning time mode at the end of the game. That's some MVP type shit, man. Like that was Myles Garrett going winning time there. That's MVP level. That's why they call him the GOAT, right? The GOAT. That's why they call him the GOAT. Yeah, somebody just said 3 turnovers is a death sentence in the NFL. Yeah, not when you had the Browns defense, because I believe the Browns have won multiple games this year in which they've turned the ball over 3 times. Let me double check that. Yeah, the Browns have turned the ball over 4 times in Pittsburgh. They lost. They turned it over 3 times in Seattle. They lost. They turned it over 3 times in Denver. They lost. They turned it over 3 times last week versus Jacksonville. They won. They turned it over 3 times this week. They won. It's insane. That is insane. Can we talk about how good David has played? Oh, yeah, David Njoku has been an absolute monster this season. But that's the Browns, man. We're going to get into some stuff. But I appreciate y'all. Give me 1 sec. All right, give me 1 sec, y'all. I got to stretch. My fucking calf is killing me right now. Fuck. All right. Thank y'all for being patient with me. I had to stretch my calf out. Been doing a lot of traveling. When I travel, I have to sit down a lot, and my calf starts locking up on me. Put me in a bad move. Somebody said I'm on IR. All right. All right. Enough of y'all. Enough of y'all. Yeah, make sure y'all stretch. Stay healthy out here. Stay healthy out here. All right, so we're going to go to the press conferences whenever they pop up. But yeah, the Browns have had to go over the point and to reiterate the point that was brought up. The Browns have had 4 games in which they turned the ball over 3 or more times. They turned the ball over 4 times, week 2 at Pittsburgh. We know what the result of that. They lost. Deshaun Watson did that. Week 8 versus Seattle. Oh, no. Week 4 versus Baltimore, they turned the ball over 3 times. Week 8 versus Seattle, turned the ball over 3 times. So literally all 4 quarterbacks have been responsible for a 3+ turnover game. That's nuts. But yeah, it was hold on, I'm trying to figure out something real quick. Am I missing super chats? 65 games for Stefanski coached. It's the most since Bill Belichick. It's a great stat. It's a great stat. I mean, it's the most since that's the most since they've come back, right? Yeah, it's got to be. Got to be the most since they've come back. Mike White, can we talk? Okay, we already got that one. All right, so I'm trying to find these press conferences, but yeah, man, this defense just gives you so much margin for error, for real. Oof. I'm gonna have to stretch that calf out for real. I'm gonna have to roll it. This calf hurts like hell. But my injuries aside, I must have walked into Myles Garrett or something like that. But no, this is an incredible win. This is an incredible win. Like, you got to give credit. There's criticism for everybody. And if you guys watch me all year, I know there's people mad that I'm being critical, or I'm not even being critical. I'm just pointing out what happened earlier in the game, right? Like, I think that we got to get off this bullshit where you can't say something that happened in the game. Look, Joe Flacco was bad early in this game. Came back in the fourth quarter, played well. He was bad. Like, even if you say like the interceptions weren't his fault, there were like 6 or 7 turnover worthy plays in this game for Joe Flacco. It was a bad game for him for the most part, but then he came back, he fixed his own mistakes, and that's all that mattered. You got the win. I don't really give a damn if the quarterback looks good at this point when you're on your 4th quarterback. Can you do enough to win the goddamn game? And that's what they did. And as long as we can keep it at that and understand how they're winning games, I have no problem with that, right? My issue is when people start to make up narratives that don't really exist. I'm not having surgery. All right. So y'all stop it. This calf injury is not stop it. I'm not going on IR. Y'all not about to find out on Tuesday that Q's out for the season. I'm good. I'm healthy. You know what I mean? Silly Weakness says, shout out to the DeAnthony Bell. He was great filling in today. This team's depth is unbelievable. Thanks for the coverage, Q. Yeah, absolutely. I think DeAnthony Bell stepped in, played well. Like this again speaks to where the team is as a franchise, right? This speaks to that because where this team is as a franchise is at a point to where they can have guys on guys stacked up to come in and play because they just spend so much time developing the back end of this roster because they know who their starters are. They're not guessing who their starters are. They're not having competitions to find out who's going to start for this team. We ain't had a competition to determine a starter on this team in years. It's continuity and talent. So when you ain't got to do that, and you got to go to a backup, backup might be fine. We're a good organization. Someone said G. Bush about to step in for Quincy for the rest of the year. Once I go out for the season, I'm not out for it. I'm healthy. Hey. And look. I don't want to set. I'm sorry if I made y'all argue about this, right? I don't want us to spend our energy after this win arguing about whether Joe Flacco played a good game or not. The truth is, it doesn't fucking matter what Joe Flacco does. That's the whole point. It doesn't matter. Joe Flacco has a good game. Browns can win if the defense plays well. Joe Flacco has a bad game. Browns can win if the defense plays well. It just doesn't matter. That's how good the defense is. You had an offense that was responsible for negative 14 points for most of this game. You were still in it. Why? The defense is that damn good. It does not matter. It does not matter. Now, what y'all gonna do if my channel gets injury luck like the Browns do? Like, what's gonna happen if I come in, I go out, and then G. Bush fills in for me for a couple weeks, and then G. Bush go down, then we got to go to Guru, right? We got to get Guru off the channel, and then next thing you know, we out here trying to sign Andre Knott off free agency to run the channel. Like my calf is going to end up with Andre Knott running this channel. We gonna have bad injury luck. Who's the most random Browns person? Wait, Emmett Golden? Nah, Emmett's still in his prime though. Emmett still got game. You know what I mean? Like he not on the street. Like it's gotta be like somebody you ain't seen on TV in a minute. It's gotta be somebody you ain't seen on TV in a while. They're gonna bring in Hanford Dixon or something like that. Like one of them dudes who used to be on the Tailgate 19 show. Like, all right. Ray Rags, emergency fill-in. Somebody gonna have to do it. But I'm gonna be all right. We're gonna find these press conferences. I'm gonna stretch this calf out and we're gonna be all good, brother. We're gonna avoid. I'm not getting on IR. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, chat. Quincy is not going on IR. Not yet. Y'all stop. Y'all stuck with me. Q in the blue tent. That's nuts. Oh, they said Mason Talks. Mason Talks can hold it down for a couple weeks, man. Yeah, y'all keep making these IR jokes. You're going to end up with Andre Knott on the channel. The watch party, it kind of happened. I was out of town and I got back late. All right, y'all. We're going to listen to the man of the hour.
11 years of my career. This was definitely one of the games, you know, throughout the first 10, 11 years of my career. This was definitely one of them.
Someone said, what the hell kind of Browns coverage would we get from Guru? Yeah, I would have 0 subs. Like Guru would just spend the whole time hating on the Browns. Y'all don't want to hear that.
You know, wow. Got to give so much credit to our defense. I mean, they let up 3 points, you know. was it even that? I forget even how they got the 3 points there. So how they even got in field goal range. But such a good job by those guys.
How do you keep going after 3 interceptions? What drives you to keep?
Oh, believe me, part of you wants to crawl into a hole somewhere and hide from everybody, but it's just not. You can't do that. Especially somebody like me. I mean, I've been in this league a long time, and you've seen so much happen. You just have to keep your eyes on what's next. You have to continue to look forward and continue to, have faith that your teammates are going to, get themselves in the right positions for you to get the ball to them. It might not happen, and today it just happened to work out for us. And like I said, I don't think enough can be said about how well our defense played with all the turnovers that we had and the little amount of points they let up.
So how do you clicking in the fourth quarter? Great job.
Well, listen, I mean, I think when you look at it, we just got a few chunks, and then guys made really good runs with the ball. I feel like they did a pretty good job of keeping us underneath of them all day, and we were trying to take like little bits at a time, But we were allowing. They were aggressive. They as soon as they saw the ball thrown, they were breaking on things and making us go the long hard way. And then late in the game, we started to get some chunk plays that we definitely kind of thrive on. When we can get those going, then we're a good offense.
Joe, can you take us through the one with Omari? The touchdown there.
Yeah, I saw him coming around the Mike linebacker. I knew somebody was out to the right, but there was a huge hole in there. So I let the ball go kind of as he was wrapping around the mic, and it was all him from there.
What can you say about David Njoku? Not only the touchdown catch that he had, but then on that final drive to set up the field goal and convert that big 3rd and 15.
Yeah, he's been awesome. When you get the ball in his hands, he's such a strong runner. I don't think you get this. You probably don't get a great chance to see what he does in the run game and how physical he is. But you do get a chance to see that when he gets the ball in his hands, and it's just the kind of player he is. Started the drive with him, and it was a huge play by him to get us down in the field goal range there.
Joe,
You're good.
Joe, what is it about this team? Set a franchise record with 5 wins on game-winning scores in the last 2 minutes of regulation. It looked like you guys were dead in the water going into the 4th quarter. You haven't been here that long, but what do you make of this team's resiliency and ability to win these kind of games?
Listen, I think it's.
Someone said the Browns' strategy play up or down to their competition. No, I don't think that's true. I think you're not giving the Bears credit there. The Bears are not a bad football team. They've been playing some good football recently. They were the 7th, like if you count from like the last 5 weeks, they've been the 7th ranked defense in EPA. They were a really good defense playing hot in an offense that had a quarterback that's playing his best football of the year. They're not a bad team. Ain't no way you said Chuck Galletti. You said I forgot about Chuck Galletti. What's he doing? What is Chuck Galletti doing? Nirvana fan 09, Chuck Galletti be your backup after the game. Oh, I did. Okay, well, I found out what happened to Chuck Galletti by reading that. Okay. All right, now. I take back Guru will be calling for a BBB against the Browns every week. Y'all are hilarious. Andre not in this offense? All right. Y'all goofy right now.
Just tells you a lot about the kind of guys that this organization has, purposely picked to put on the roster and in that locker room. And I think it's one of those things that you probably can't quite quantify. But having hard workers, having tough guys and all those things, if you're put in situations where you need to be, you need to have that resilience. Like I said, not every one of them are going to work out. So there is a little bit of probably luck involved in things like today, but I think it just speaks to the character of the guys in that room, and I think you have to give credit to the organization for probably doing that on purpose.
The line was decimated, we know that. So what were your words of encouragement in the huddle, on the sidelines of those?
I didn't have much. You just look at the guys and say, hey, let's go. Let's get in a groove here. Let's get back in our rhythm. Let's go get one. Stupid, simple little things to just kind of keep everybody's heads up. But I got to say, all those guys, there was never a time where we got to the sideline getting ready to go out for a drive and you saw a head down. Everybody had their eyes up and were ready to go. So, like I said, if they had a little bit of a different feeling inside, then they weren't letting it be shown. And that's what you have to do in these situations. You have to trick your mind into thinking that it's not that big of a deal, even though it might be.
What kind of view did you have? What kind of view did you have of the Hail Mary doing that?
I saw it on the big screen, and I saw it almost go in the guy's lap. Yeah. So, yeah. Listen, I've been when you watch and/or are a part of all the games that go on every week, that not to get excited until that clock hits zero. There's so many things that can happen, whether we've been a part of it or whether, like I said, you've seen it on Sundays just watching TV. So believe me, I was over there, and guys want to come up and congratulate you and things like that, and I'm just sitting there just waiting for that clock to hit zero. So.
Joe, can you just address the fact that you guys lost Joel Bitonio? You were down 4 of your starting 5 offensive linemen in this game. Can you address that notion?
Hey, I think the guys that came in there did a great job in stepping up. And listen, our center had to go out for a play, and it's next man up. And the fact that it's not an easy thing. Listen, I've done that for a couple of years. You're on the sideline, and you have to be constantly ready to go out there and take the field if something's going to happen. It's not easy. It is not an easy job. So the fact that those guys have come in mid-game and just filled in and done the job that they've done, it's really impressive. And I don't really think you can understand how impressive it is until you've probably had to experience that to some extent. It's not a very easy job, and it says a lot about who they are.
Joe, when you first came in, you said that you could tell this team was tight. It seemed like these guys are really close. How much is that related to guys truly buying into that next man up? Because everybody says it, but to have this kind of success with it is a difference.
I think it goes hand in hand. It's like you have to have that mindset, but also when you've had success doing it, like when you've gone out there and proven to yourself and to your teammates that we've done it. So it helps the next time that it happens. The next man up has already seen 3 other guys go in there and do it and step up. So he's like, okay, why not me? And so I think lead by example, all those things, like they all play off of each other. And the fact that we've done it in the past definitely helps for when we had to do it today and when we're going to do it in the future and all that stuff.
Did you know you were going to have to hear from the Flacco flock about the 3 interceptions, and did you know you just had to come back and erase those and win this game?
Believe me, those kids were the least of my worries with throwing 3 interceptions. You're just looking at yourself, and then like we talked about, just this is a great locker room, and you don't want to play like that to feel like you let those guys down. So, all right.
Okay, obviously a great team win. I appreciate that locker room. That's a bunch of fighters in there. It's not always pretty.
What's up with this angle? Oh my God! No. They did not do this boy like that. They did not do. No, they did not just do Kevin Stefanski like this. Did they? Did they? Hold on, wait. No. They did not just do Kevin like this.
And then, like we talked about, this is a great lock that goes down. So.
Did the camera angle move? No shot. The camera angle did not move.
Okay. obviously
Oh
a great
no, they
team
did
win.
Kev like this. No, they just
I appreciate
exposed
that
them. Oh no. Hey man, why y'all do this to the man? Why did y'all do this to him? Come on, man. Joe Flacco 6'6". You know you need to readjust that camera. Like, nah, man. He in between him and Miles. We gonna just that's crazy, dog. That's disrespectful.
Wasn't perfect, not gonna be perfect, but to see those guys fight for 60 minutes, which we needed all 60, to push through guys pushing through injuries. Guys out of the lineup, guys filling in. That's a resilient bunch in there. So really proud of them. Proud to get that one. And then we know where we are. Another big one coming up in the AFC next week. But really just proud of the effort. Again, can clean up about 1,000 things, but to come away with a victory in that fashion, I'm pretty proud of that group. With that, I'll take questions. Go ahead.
How about Joe overcoming 3 interceptions and just locking in and pulling that out?
Yeah, obviously Joe made some unbelievable throws there when we needed him. I mean, the one to David there at the end on 3rd and 14 maybe, that's very similar, different but similar to the David Bell one the week before.
Oh shit. Wait. I wasn't looking when they did the adjustments.
It's not always pretty. Was not going to.
This is crazy.
Not going to be perfect, but
this is crazy.
To see those guys fight for 60 minutes.
This is nuts.
60, to push through guys pushing through injuries, guys out of the lineup, guys filling in. That's a resilient.
Hey Cam, get somebody fired for that, man.
In there. So really proud of them. Proud to get that one. And then we know where we are. Another big one coming up in the AFC next week. But really just proud of the effort. Again, can clean up about 1,000 things, but to come away with a victory in that fashion, I'm pretty proud of that group. With that, I'll take questions. Go ahead.
How about Joe overcoming 3 interceptions and just locking in and pulling that out?
Yeah, obviously Joe made some unbelievable throws there when we needed him. I mean, the one to David there at the end on 3rd and 14 maybe, that's very similar, different but similar to the David Bell one the week before. It was hot, drift.
Kev was Kev's not tall. Kev's not tall. When I went to camp, Kev's like 5'9" ish. Like I remember feeling like I was the same height as Kev. I think Kev like 5'9" ish. So yeah, man. Not only it's not like he's 6 foot. They had to bring it down. Like, nah, man, that was like a whole foot.
Made some room. Felt like there was somewhere to loft the ball up, and then Dave Njoku did what Dave does, and he went and made a huge play for us. But yeah, Joe. Just can't say enough good things about how he played in that 4th quarter and leading that football team.
Kevin, you guys set a franchise record today with scores in the final 2 minutes to win a game.
Okay.
5. What is it about?
He's definitely. I'm telling you right now, Kevin's not 5'11". No shot. Kev's not even close to 6 foot. He's not even close to 6 foot. Kev is at most 5'9". I think he's 5'8". No shot he's 6 foot. Remember, Kev played football. So whatever height you have for Kevin is whatever Harvard listed him as when he was playing college football. But Kev not that tall. Or at least he doesn't stand tall. Like he might just have a small gait, but yeah, he's not 6 foot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it's the greatest team game there is, and what I love about it is it takes the offense, the defense, and the special teams in a moment like you're describing. Everybody has to come through, and
Kyler, I'm 6'1". We know you tall, bro. Everybody see tall dudes can't wait to tell you how tall they are. I'm 6'1". I'm 6'2". We in a chat. Don't nobody give a fuck how tall you are. You're just telling us because you tall. You want everybody to know you tall. And, we get
that's
it.
What we've done. This
Kev
season,
not 5'11".
I think the guys did a great job.
Oh, he played at Penn, not Harvard. Andrew Berry played at Harvard.
Understanding the situation, what we needed to do, but credit to the players for executing.
How about David Njoku? What can you say about the night that David had?
Yeah, just talked about David in that locker room. I'm proud of Dave and the person he is and the player he is. he's one of the best teammates I've ever been around. And the growth that he's made, both as a person and a player, he's got that mentality where he fights for everything. And, I mean, he put it on display today. He really did. So we needed him. He's a great leader for our football team. I'm proud of him.
We don't get to talk to Callahan, but what was he messaging the line who had a tough day, just to hang in there?
Yeah.
Coaching them up on the
Oh,
sideline?
gosh, yeah. Coach Callahan does an amazing job. Scott Peters, John DeCoster, those guys.
Sly
do a great job.
says-
It's hard. You have
Sly says the camera operator is part of the Fire Kevin Stefanski crowd.
backups in there, and you have guys playing different positions, and he makes sure that they know that they have a job to do. Was not always pretty, wasn't always perfect. I know there's places that I can help them out for sure, but Coach does a great job, not just on Sunday. He does a great job during the week in making sure those guys are ready to go.
You talk about the defense, basically 2 pick sixes.
Yeah.
And a shutout other than that.
Yeah, played outstanding. Again, I know Coach is going to talk about a couple plays that he wishes that you could have played a little bit differently, but man, to play how we did for most of that football game, again, offensively turning the ball over was the story of that game that kept them in it. And then for us to do that and put our defense in some really tough spots, they score 7 off of an offensive giveaway. So for a
They counted the box with that
portion of our
5'11".
defense was just lights out, getting them in the third and long, harassing the passer, playing the ball when it was in the air. I thought they were stopping the run. Very impressive.
And we've asked you about Dustin Hopkins before, but
Yeah.
I mean, he just
I like him.
rocks. I mean, just again, he comes through for you.
Yeah. We took the ball to start the game, felt like the wind might be a factor, and then leaned on Dustin, and he wanted to go that way in the fourth, just felt like where the wind was going. A guy you trust. I mean, really a guy that's come through for our football team time and time again. He's been outstanding.
What happened to Joel?
Yeah, just something in pregame, just felt it maybe lock up a little bit. Tried to go, just could not. Wanted to, just couldn't.
7-1 at home. Can you just talk about how much fun it is to have the fans and
Yeah.
doing all this?
Yeah, it was a beautiful day out there, and proud of the crew that was in there cheering. And I've said this before, we need them. It takes everybody, and I'm serious. It takes our fans too. I mean, they make such a huge difference. I don't think anybody likes coming here and playing in front of our fans. We love it.
Kevin, what's going through your head on that last drive and then the Hail Mary?
I thought we're just talking and about the situation, make sure everybody's on the same page. They should not have gotten that big play to get them down there, obviously. And then just conversations about what they're going to do next, and obviously it felt like the ball was going to go in the end zone on that last one, and you have to execute. I know it wasn't perfect by us. I know you could say we got lucky or whatever, but I thought the guys understood what they had to do.
What's the number your line when it's sitting in his lap there?
I blacked out. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's this season, Jake. I mean, there's going to be times that you just got to trust your guys. And again, that locker room, I trust that locker room because they work their butts off, and then they fight like crazy.
The wind here is so unpredictable. How sure were you that it was going to stay that way to take the ball?
Yeah, well, you get to make the decision in the second half in terms of which direction ultimately you want in that fourth quarter.
How about young safeties like D. Bell, Ronnie Hickman coming up big in this game?
Yeah, I thought those guys tackled well. Obviously, you'd have to look at the tape, Mary Kay, but really conscientious, diligent workers. Coach Ephraim does a great job getting those guys ready to play, so really, really proud of those guys.
Kevin, when you're struggling to run the ball, you got the backup lineman in, there's pressure on Joe, and you're down 10. How do you, as a play caller, kind of come up with the plan that's going to get you?
Yeah, I mean, it's all those variables. It's all those things, and you're just trying to find ways to be explosive, find ways to get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, find ways to, and at the end of the day, you're thinking about your players, and you're thinking about Amari, and you're thinking about Dave and Elijah and our guys, and say, how do we get the ball to those guys? But for us in this half, it's what's available to you. What do you feel like you can get to?
One more, man. How about finally getting a chance to go deep to Marquise Goodwin?
Yeah, great throw. Joe handed that one off. I mean, that was incredible. Marquise did exactly what he was supposed to do, tracked it well, got a huge play there. And that game, that's a good defense. Coach Flus does a great job. I think they have good players at all three levels of the defense. So that was a tough tough outfit for us up front. Really impressed with that crew in the back end. So it was a challenge.
And you had a lot of backups make key plays in the fourth quarter. Cam Mitchell tripped up Fields. Alex Wright had the stop. Marquise had the catch. Can you weigh in on those guys stepping up in those moments, because you don't win without them?
Yeah, I mean, it's a next man up mentality, but I think we have the right guys that are stepping into those roles, and I think that is a credit to Andrew and his staff in putting this roster together with guys that that we feel really good about when we're asking them to step in for a starter.
I touched on for Amari. I know we've talked about him just all this season, but for him to be able to read those two guys, the defense, and catch that ball and then make that turn, I guess, what does that just say about his awareness in that moment?
Great football player. You're always trying to find ways to get Amari the ball. Joe fitted in a very tight window, and then Amari did the tightrope down the sideline. But very heady player, has made huge plays for us in these ball games, and we need him.
Good.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thanks.
All right, man. Watch them have to adjust the fuck out of this camera for Miles. Okay, they went to the we'll be back screen. They know Miles gonna come up here and be big as shit. No chance we face A-Rod in week 17. Jets are eliminated. We'll see. I mean, he might just play just for fun, shits and giggles, but I don't know.
Every single yard, every single inch to win the game. Offense, defense, special teams, we all came together and pulled through.
Miles, Mitchell makes a huge play there in the first play of the fourth quarter where Justin gets out, and it looks like he's going to get the first down, but Cam's able to get enough of them to trip him up. How big of a momentum shift was that for this team to get that stop, to kind of give the offense the opportunity?
The fourth and short king is a short king.
I mean, Cam's
leave my, you know what? We're not about to have this short discrimination going on in this chat. This is a pro sub 6 foot chat right here. Okay. This is a safe space for all my brothers with the 5s in their heights. We not about to do this. Nah. Okay. Look, people who 6 foot love to be 6 foot till they get on airplanes. Yeah. Big ass. Call an Uber right now. Feel comfortable with that decision. Mike Wack says, let's not forget the important stat. The Browns have finally won a game that was called by Mark Sanchez. We beat the Mark Sanchez curse today. Crazy.
And the secondary, I would say unsung heroes today. It was they didn't make as many plays as last week, but they still balled out. And Cam's taking step by step each week, getting better, and listening to the vets in the room, and just doing what he needs to make plays for the football team, and we can't be any prouder of him.
AB has built the most durable roster of all time, Sly. He says AB needs credit for a roster that is surviving. It's the most durable roster I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. By the way, I'm not about to take this slander from you tall motherfuckers in this chat, okay? Nah, y'all not about to do this. Hey, you know what always works well for me at my regular ass height? Showers. When last time your tall ass that got to a showers felt comfortable? You really got to think about that. See, that's the thing that tall people don't understand. It's all cool to be tall till you got a shower. You know what I mean? Till you got an apartment that's not on the first floor. Yeah. Out here taller than your shower head, don't know what to do. You got to stand all the way in the back. You know what I mean? Nah. I'm not about to take this for no tall motherfuckers in this chat. Christian Corley says, I'm 5'11". I never said that I was different. Okay, first of all, Christian, we all know that 5'11" is not a real height. Nobody in the history of man is actually 5'11". There's 5'9" and there's 6 foot. So which one you are? You know what I mean? 5'11". Yeah, you over 6 foot tall. You can't even do public transportation. I want to hear from y'all.
Too good of a view. He kind of looked at me, just made sure I was far enough away, and then toss it up. I was like, please, Lord, don't let us be on one of these YouTube compilations.
get you in trouble again, but
Ask Roger.
did you talk to him?
No, I didn't talk to him. But, you know, you watch the film and you ask Roger. 'Cause I know what the question's going to be, and not finna hit me over the head with anything else.
Hey, Miles, you said you guys are always believing, but what are you thinking when you're down 10 in the
Just lost the feed. Hold on.
games, you know,
I don't want to get you in trouble again, but
Ask Roger.
did you talk to him?
No, I didn't talk to him. But, you know, you watch the film and you ask Roger. 'Cause I know what the question's going to be, and not finna hit me over the head with anything else.
Hey, Miles, you said you guys are always believing, but what are you thinking when you're down 10 in the fourth quarter? Joe's throwing 3 interceptions. You're not doing much on offense. And then what'd you think when the comeback started?
All it takes is one play. That's what I thought.
My man Fred Heim says, gotta have it for my vertically challenged brothers. Yes, we do this. You know what? In solidarity with my vertically challenged, I'm gonna get this seat all the way down, and I'm gonna go ahead. We gonna be on the Kevin plan for the rest of this stream out here. Yeah. What's up? We on this. This is what we are. Whole stream. Whole week of videos like this. CBS has so many more quality commentators than Fox. It's not even close. Hey, man, Turner Sports is amazing.
Before, during, and after. You know, we don't shy away from a challenge. Down 10 points. You know, we go through scenarios like that, you know, in practice all the time. You know, defense has to make a play. Offense has to you know, go down and score in 2 minutes. You know, this is stuff that we drill through and we execute, you know, day in and day out. So when the opportunity presents itself, you know, we're ready for the moment. And you know, it was no greater moment than, you know, down 10, fourth quarter. You know, we had an opportunity to show who we are.
How about Joe? Can you just talk about how he overcame 3 picks, locked in there at the end, and just went down and helped pull this thing out?
Sure. I mean, like, you know, the guys and us always talk about, you know, he's been here before. 3 picks, he's been there before. Three touchdowns, he's been there before. Nothing rattles him because he has all this experience, and you know, he's gonna, you know, keep on going through his paces and go back to his fundamentals. And you know, he was clutch for us down the stretch, knowing that, you know, he has it in the bag because this is not new to him. You know, he's a guy who's been doing it for so many years. You can't rattle a guy like that. You can't get him off his spot.
Bobo and Mo both out, you know, with injuries, but it looked like Alex and Shelby really, you know, showed up and, you know, really epitomized that kind of next man up, you know, mindset today up front for you guys. Just those 2 guys in particular, just what they brought today.
I mean, as you saw, Alex is balling out. You know, Shelby, the old uncle in the room, I mean, just finds a way to just be productive. You know, he doesn't make it look pretty, but man, you know, he's come through for us multiple times. And you know, Alex, you know, the young gun, he just got his first sack this year. You know, that's just stacking them. And you know, whenever they're, you know, sending, you know, 2, 3 my way, slides, whatever it is, you know, he's looking his shot for the opportunity. And you know, when he got his moment, he made the most out of it with a strip sack. And you know, all we can ask for is, you know, that we, you know, collect the ball next time and give it to the offense.
How about on the back end, Ronnie Hickman, DeAnthony Bell filling in full time today? Just what did you think of their efforts? Seemed like they were making some plays in the run game, especially today.
They were. Those guys aren't scared to hit. They ain't scared to, you know, put their hats down and make a play on, you know, those guys coming full speed at them. And you don't see that in a lot of, you know, secondary guys around the league. You know, those guys have, you know, my complete respect because, you know, coming from that kind of distance, you know, you have to be, you know, really ready to lay it all on the line.
You've been with David Njoku from day one, right? Seeing the ups and the downs, but I mean, how great is it for you to see him coming through in big moments like this and having such a huge game?
Knowing what he's been through, especially the Two-Face incident, it's been fun seeing him.
Hey, no, stop. Did he just call it the Two-Face incident? Flagrant.
Maturing, evolving as a player.
Flagrant.
And how good of teammate he's become, how great of a teammate he's become, because that can't be understated. And he's turned from a guy who's trying to make plays, trying to find his role on the team, to one of the biggest advocates for every single player on this team. And I think that pays in dividends, because when you want to see the success of your brother, that also fulfills you as well.
Miles, I'm sorry if you've been asked this already, but this team keeps finding a way to win games in the final couple minutes of these fourth quarters. What is it about this team where you guys come up with so many winning plays week after week, no matter who's injured and who's out on the field?
It's a good day for the Browns when fans are joking about height and Q's going to the blue tent instead of saying fire the guy, cut that guy. Good. It's a good year. It's a good year. It's just a good year.
The standard doesn't change. That's why we have the ability to do it. Guys go in and out. We drill, with different circumstances where I'm out, David's out, Flacco out. We've been through 4 quarterbacks. It's not gonna shake us, because we've literally been through it all with injuries and everything else. So this is just another step in our journey, another opportunity for us to write a very peculiar but great legacy.
As you guys have talked a lot about trying to get, after a turnover, trying to force the team to a field goal and not a touchdown. Did you think you had that on that first one where they started to 1 and there were a bunch of penalties and then looked like you were going to take Justin down?
I mean, the kid's strong, and I had somebody hanging on my back, so it was just a little combination of both. And I thought I had him, but just with the angle and everything else, I didn't have him as much as I thought I did. But I mean, the kid's a playmaker, and he'll continue to grow and get better. And looking forward to his development through the years.
I apologize. Just call this a peculiar journey. Could you have imagined
Bad season with Kevin Stefanski is at least 7 wins. We're a different team. That's true.
everything else you guys have been up against?
Who could have wrote this story? I mean, not even Dr. Seuss. So, and it doesn't get more abstract than what we've gone through, but hell, we're making the most of it, having fun with it, and man, you just got to be blessed achievement. You're on this roller coaster, and we've been through ups and downs, but we're together, and that's how we're going to get through. What we have, and that's how we're going to continue to win.
Good. Thanks, Mark.
Yep.
All right, man. Let me bring this down to regular height. Well, I want to thank y'all for joining me on this stream today. Thank y'all for riding along with me on half of this game's journey. And I'm probably going to have to post the stream highlights for this too. So thank y'all. Appreciate every single one of y'all that came through. With that being said, it's time for me to peace out. Stretch this calf. Stay off IR. Do I have any other super chat? Sly says, okay, I already got that one. Yeah, I know Two-Face. Okay. My man Ray Rag says, are we going to see more 3-1 fronts to keep players away from Miles so they don't touch him? Yeah, man. Myles Garrett is made of like titanium. Someone said Baker Mayfield played good today. Well, that's good for Baker. Happy for him.